What is up, everybody? Edward Anderson back with another video. This is another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. I am your host, Edward Anderson. Anyway, shout out with the Manosphere. Also appreciate some good feedback I've got on some of the thumbnails things I've been trying. I'm gonna let y'all know up front. I am going to hold how I do my edits close to the chest. However, the thumbnails, I have no problem spreading the wealth on that. So I will do some videos if y'all let me know y'all want that. For the couple of people that requested that, I will definitely do a couple of quick how-to videos as to how I put together what I put together. Um, so because that's been requested, but the edits, I'm not gonna say how I do the edits just yet. You gotta have some proprietary knowledge, but people have really been asking about some of the thumbnails, and so I have no problem putting out how I do the thumbnails because it's actually relatively easy and it's actually free. It's actually free. So I do believe in and eventually people can let me know if they want me to do a how-to channel because I'm thinking about doing like a how-to channel, but that'll be more around some of the other stuff I do, but it'll have a graphic design element to it. Make no mistake, I'm just a dude out here learning, and I do and pass along information. I am not Angry Man. I am not AM1. I am not some of the graphic designer kings out here. I'm just somebody that I learned something. I'll pass how I did it, and that is what it is. And eventually, I'll pass a lot more information on. It just depends, because what I want to do, I wouldn't mind creating my own kind of YouTube mastermind, but I can't really do that until I build my YouTube channel on my own. No, absolutely. I could just turn it. I was already in front of my computer. And I wrote it down. I tried to get as much down as I could for on Dennis Sperling's channel. Shout out to Dennis Sperling. He's been on a tear. You know, we definitely need to support him because he keeps it real even when it hurts. And he definitely does a good thing when it comes to the image of the Black Manosphere. So there is that. Let me do some of the thumbnails that I was working on just to show you all some of the things that I was doing while we're getting some of you all in here. Yeah. And at first, and then this is one of the things where I got like dangerously close to not agreeing with him, but I understood what he was trying to say, and I understand he had a lot of people on the panel. I'm talking about towards the end, which is why I wanted to come on there to get clarification. Oh yeah, and first of all, I'm gonna speak on that post. Number one, that man, please, that's a hold on. I don't know about okay, yeah, I'm gonna deal with that later or something else. But anyway, while y'all come in here, we'll see where this goes. I don't intend for this to be very long. To be fair, I don't intend to this be very long, but sometimes what I intend ain't what the fuck happens. All right, we ain't gonna do that with those thumbnails. We'll do that later. But anyway, I appreciate that, Joshua Swayze. And so, if some of you all are from the channel, I definitely hope you take the time to definitely check it out, see what I got to say, subscribe, all that good show. And I appreciate that, David. I tried to condense it. Y'all know how hard that is for me. Let's jump right into it. So not Glendon. Dennis was talking about, he was giving his take on Fresh and Fit, what Fresh and Fit said. I know Melody is in here. I know Melody did a video talking about, is Myron even black enough to make those comments? I've kind of commented on that, so definitely check her stuff out. But the main thing that Glendon was talking about that I heard at the end, and I think he was summing up like a school of thought. So I'm gonna assume that's what that is because I was kind of semi listening. Was this idea, he said that black women are being targeted by white supremacy. Yes, they are being targeted by white supremacy, but the way he said it, they're being targeted because if you can keep black men from dating black women and you make black women so horrible, then that's the end of the community. Nothing in that is technically incorrect. And I have thought about this. I never did a video on it, but I have thought about that. Put a good amount of time into that. Here's my thing though. The thing about it is black women are not white supremacy is not forcing black women to do what they're doing. This is a choice. Black women not only chose to do it, they ran. They sprinted to do it. Just like how when people try to say, well, we were taught to do this, we were misled, we were lied to. No, you weren't. Because then I ask you, what is the end goal? What was the end goal for you name anything black women have done? As far as the things we talk about when it comes to intersectionality, when it comes to what they were doing with the civil rights movement, bitching and complaining that when niggas were being bitten by dogs and shit, they weren't getting enough attention. You know, the shit that you see Black Lives Matter doing, you know, they get the attention off the back of dead black men, but they still talk about how much they're marching and they're doing all this quote unquote work that they're not, by the way, being asked to do by black men. Anyway, any of the stuff that they did, bell hooks recently passed. We didn't decide, unlike black women who tried, some of which, bitches as they are, celebrated the death of David Carroll. We didn't go out here and start having parties and making videos about bell hooks. We let her fade to black. Even though she had a lot of kinetic impact on the negative side, we didn't even bring her up. We didn't even bring her up because you know what, it doesn't matter. She's dead. She's gone to the end. You know, it is what it is. We didn't sit there and drag her name through the mud, talk about this is all the crap she did and she's the origin of gender war. Professor Black Truth did a 20-minute video really chronicling that. If you want it, just go to Professor Black Truth, and it's one of his moments of truth. It's maybe 3-4 videos down now, or 4 now, 20 minutes, very good history lesson. But other than that, and he's on a pro-black side more than a black manosphere side, we didn't say nothing. We didn't say nothing. Because we don't do that. We don't sit there and we don't do that dirty, mud, ignorant nigger shit. Like talking about people happy that they dead and shit. Like people that ain't got no soul and it ain't got no, I mean, just some of the shit that I see certain black women do, especially over there in the space. I don't go over there because, number one, I would never engage with a black female that I even look like they would do some of this shit. But that's not what it's about. Let me stay on task. When you look at any of the things that they did back in in those times in the 60s and all that, when they were you know, choosing welfare over a man, aborting, all these things. The question I ask when people play the game of, I didn't know, I wasn't taught, this is what they told me, all this other stuff. But I was like, okay, what was the end goal? Map that to me. What was your end goal? What did you want black men to do for you to stop doing these things? Go. Crickets. And I'm going to bring some people up. Crickets. Nothing. Because they never thought about that. Because they were on cruise control. Because everything that black women have done, and I'm talking about I'm talking as the aggregate group. I say on my channel, 20% of black women are on the team. 80% of them, there's varying degrees of the fuckery. You got like the 80 to 100 is on some Darth Sidious shit. The 60 to 80 is on some Darth Vader shit. The 21 to 40 is on some, you know, kind of, sort of, you know, you put them around the good women, they act right. You put them around the bad ones, they may be quiet, but they can't really be trusted. They're kind of like the light chameleons. The fucking 41 to 60 is on some Count Dooku chameleon shit. That may be, I may need to rank like the 80%. So you understand the spectrum is what I think. But that covers the some but not all are on the team, because it is some but not all, is not most. But anyway, you had, and that, by the way, what I said is reflected in the marriage rates and that's statistically reflected, that 20% stuff that I'm talking about, give or take a couple of percentage points. But everything is, this is why black women have to present themselves to be victims in their own story. And when you look at the Fresh and Fit thing, what they see is they see two black men, whether they're ADOS or not ADOS, is not relevant to this right now. They are successful. They have around 550 subscribers. They are growing. They're successful. They do a lot of We can argue how they got there, but whatever. They do a lot of successful streams. And then what they see is black women don't run that. That's really the issue. Fuck the Knight Rider shit. I know Myron's an asshole. I know Myron's an asshole. I know Myron is a sneaky ass. I know he is. There's no parts to that. Just to show you how much of an asshole Myron is. And you know I don't like Tommy Sotomayor. And I have never watched a full episode of Fresh and Fit. I will be watching the episode of Fresh and Fit with Tommy's on there. That's how much of an asshole Myron is. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get the GOAT, and basically, I wouldn't say GOAT, but I know most of y'all would elect him as a GOAT, so I'll let that go. Of quote unquote bashing black women. Myron's an asshole. He like, you like that? I'm a triple the fuck down. Cause you know what? Myron knows that a lot of black women love being triggered. They love the hate. They love the anger because they're addicted to negative emotions. And probably they'll have a record-breaking black female audience with Tommy there. Because truth be told, Tommy has about 20, like I'd argue around 20% of black women listen to him. I mean, Nurse Nerd said on here that he listened to she listened, not he, but she listened to Tommy. And Nurse Nerd is married to a black man, cookie cutter. No, it's not. I don't know when it is. It's like this week. It's in the next 7 days. Somebody told me. So it's in the next 7 days. Do not quote me. I'm not an expert on what Fresh and Fit does. I get the clips, and I really can count. I've never watched more than probably like 8 minutes of Fresh and Fit on their channel directly. Anyway, shout out to Uncle Stu, the old man from the block with the $10. Much appreciated. Anyway, so like I was saying, black women have operated on cruise control to compete against black men. That's their default. And so when a lot of sisters come, like me, I look at black women at a case-by-case basis. That's why it sounds like, oh, well, you say all this shit, but you say at the same time you deal with black women. Yes, because if you don't act like a bitch, you don't get treated like a bitch. It's really that simple. What I don't do is grade black women on this huge curve where I tolerate bullshit because they're black. And so I say, oh, because of racism, or because of whatever, it's my job to absorb their pain and frustration as if I'm not black in America. It's really that simple. So going back to what Fresh and Fit said, yeah, they said it very colorfully. They said it very colorfully. And would I said it that way? No. But the reality is, black women make it sound like they don't have an earned reputation. Like when he said, I don't date Keishas, I would argue, how many black women out of 10, if you ask a chick that is called Keisha Bonquisha what they support and what they're for, how many black women, if you ask 10 things to a quote unquote certified Keisha Bonquisha, Sharkeisha, whatever, these questions, and then you say, okay, you make them yes or no answers, or are you for or against? And then you ask 10 black women, you ask sample size of black women these same 10 questions. How many of them, at least 7 out of 10, if not 8 out of 10, would they agree with? Black women promote the 304 culture as a group. You look at black women that are musical artists, even black women that are arguably should not even occupy in 304 culture. Chloe Bailey are being sucked into it because that's how strong it is. You got women jumping out of marriages. You got black women talk about hoes are winning. Before Ramil said it, black women that are quote unquote good, Ben said it. Look at the dudes that they're sexually attracted to, whether they're a lawyer, whether they're in whatever class, a 92, an 85, whatever the fuck ever. They're fucking the same type of nigga. Like, are you serious? We already know that there is no real class distinction in the black community. Because it's all the same fucking culture, and we control what the culture is. And this idea, you got women on YouTube talking about I fuck D-boys that ain't, like, these are women that will tell you they're good, decent women. But, I fuck D-boys, like, this is this is it. They're talking about fucking D-boys like they talking about fucking, like, dude, athletes. Like, that's a phase I went through. And it's like, are you serious? Don't get me started on Jason Black asking black women, have you ever had an abortion? Ha! You want to filter for that now? Good luck. So my thing is, and yeah, I can find some of the decent ones out of it. Most of them are already married, and even amongst. So my point is, it's not to defend what they said, But the truth is, their audience ain't even majority black. They have their own audience. And the reality is, that's supposed to be like this. What I see with a lot of women on the mainstream social media sphere, the higher levels of it, because that's what Fresh and Fit is cracking, the glass ceiling that very few people have been able to crack, right? Of getting into that bigger version of social media. So you're dealing with people that they were able to ignore that shit before. They can't ignore it. What they're trying to do is say all men on social media think like this. And then everybody wants to say Fresh and Fit is corny. Fresh and Fit is this. Yeah, I think they are a little corny. But let's stop acting. But Myron is also Arab. And so the reality of the situation is everybody wants to make the argument is they don't like black women because they can't fuck black women. Get the fuck out of here. Like Myron, the chick that Myron supposedly got pregnant is not white. She ain't Latin. She's more black than she ain't. And she look better than most of these chicks. In fact, she's one of the better looking ones that's ever gone on that show. She looks a hell of a lot better than Asian Doll, who, by the way, is crazy as fucking Antonio Brown is, basically laughed at Asian Doll's face when she shot her shot at him. He said, I'm crazy enough to take my damn jersey off and walk off the field doing jumping jacks, but I ain't crazy enough to take your crazy ass. He said that I'm very sane for. Shout out to Black Who Strikes. Notice that Fresh and Fit appear to have relationships with black men. So you can say by the race isn't really the issue as much as the culture. It is. Absolutely. It's not. And the truth is, notice what they did say. Shout out to Uncle Stu again for the $10 super sticker. They said they don't date Keisha's Bonquishas and not on Night Ride. What they're essentially saying is they're not dating hood bitches. They're not dating hood bitches. They're not dating bitches that adhere to hood culture. If you're a black female, you better act white. You better not act like that's really what they saying. Because by definition, it's already well known that Myron has already fucked a melanated female. It's already well known. Now, is that what they go for? Probably no, but that doesn't mean that just off the case that you're black. Black women like to make that an issue because they like to be the victim of their own story. But you ask black women, they really believe they go through more. Black women really believe they go through more in the United States of America than black men. They really believe that. Now, they may not say it, but they intrinsically do believe that. Even though black women don't go through... black women go like... Black women... talking to black men about what they go through is like a white man talking to me about what he goes through. It's literally the same shit. It really is. It really is. It's that big of a gap. Shout out to Ace with the $10 super chat. The black feminist Jim Crow era must end. 60 years of disrespect and I'm gonna say unattained attacks against black men can no longer be condoned. Well, it's not about being condoned. So I'm kind of spitting right now, but let me bring it back. Let me bring it down a notch a little bit. Here's the thing. It's not about not liking black women. It's not about having an anger with black women. I do not believe in revenge. I believe in moving on. The truth is, if you want to get revenge, if you do want to, if a black man were to tell me, I hate black women, I want to get revenge on black women, how do you do that? I'm going to say this is how you do that. The best way to get revenge on black women is to win. It's to be the best self. It's to win. It's to do it without them. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm not even necessarily saying to win and then get a non-black chick. I'm not even necessarily saying to win and get a non-ADOS chick. The truth is, even if you win and you get an ADOS chick that ain't got no fake titties or fake ass that actually is on your program, that is a sin. That's an unforgivable sin in the gynocracy culture. How dare you reach and rewarding black women that act right, even if they are ADOS, and you giving them I ain't gonna say give them everything, but you giving them giving them what they deserve. And then you completely isolating of women that want to act up. That is just as bad. That's worse than anything, to be honest with you. You winning as a black man is a sin to a lot of these chicks. That's it. That to them, they see you winning as an attack on who they are. Just like how white men see a black man, white men measure, not all white men, not most white men, you get what I'm saying. White supremacy measures how successful it is against how bad black people are doing, in this case, black men. So if white men could be broke as fuck, and they're not gonna have a problem with it until they see black men doing better than them. Doesn't matter. This country gave them everything. Shout out to Grinch for really pointing that out when it comes to him talking about that with black women. That's in my community tab. Black, not, and Grinch pointed out how black women are out here talking about they're hustlers, they're this or that. Black women are most in debt. BGS just did a video. I did talk about this earlier about how black men can't even get hired like that because they're incarcerated, or they're constantly being incarcerated, hit with these felonies that we're getting exonerated from. The majority of black men are in jail because of nonviolent drug offenses. And I would add in there not dealing drugs versus white people do. We know white folks do drugs out the yin yang, and they're not getting dealt with that. So literally, we got two hands tied behind our backs and one leg hog tied, and we somehow still making more money on per capita than black women, and also have more money as a group. Guess what? We don't compare ourselves to black women, despite the projection that we compete with them. They compete with us. Because black women, quite frankly, black women are much more comfortable talking that big and bad shit, competing with black men, because they're afraid to compete with non-black women. Not because they can't, but because they're too fucking lazy to do so. Black women are petrified to compete with other women. So this is why they want to focus the conversation on keeping black men in, because it's not so much the fear that we leave or interculturally date or do any of that. The problem is, if they say they want black men that are on this upper tier, and the best black men it's just like a house. Everybody knows that the housing prices nationally is up like a mug. Depending on what city you're in, I'm in Raleigh. Raleigh's going up marginally, and it's annoying because I'm actually trying to get a place again. And that's affecting rents, a lot of different stuff. Austin Erica tell you, is like on another level. We already know about New York. We already know about Florida. We already know about California as a state. We already know about all the bigger cities that are the hottest cities out here right now. We know what that is, but nationally, all housing prices is going up, right? And it's going up with inflation, is driving up quicker. So my point is, because housing prices is up, if you're trying to get a house, also is driving housing prices, is you got a lot of people that got money, like they got more money than starter house money. Like, let's say they got a $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 house. They're coming down into the starter house market, the upper tier, like the 253 market. So so it's not so much all houses are going up. It's those particular houses between like 200 to 350, that starter range, or maybe a little bit less than that starter range. People are really fighting for it. So you got to do things you otherwise didn't want to have to do. So with less black men are actually on point and they're making money, black women have to try to keep your mentality down, because they don't want you asking for stuff that you can get because of what the market is. This is why I always tell sisters, I promote black women dating out. I promote black women divesting. If you can get off the fence or over the fence, what you can't get for black men, I'm not here to tell you to stay. The question is, can you get it? What you want doesn't matter. Only what matters is what you can get. You can want whatever you want. Can you get it? That is the question. And you're not going to trick me into thinking you can get it over. No, you're bluffing. Go get it. Because I'm not doing jack shit for you, a non-black person, black man, or non-ADOS man ain't doing. I'm not. Well, nigga, you just won't get no pussy. Not from you. And a lot of people that jumping on Fresh and Fit are playing this card that, you can't get black women. That's why y'all hate black. Nigga, don't nobody give a fuck about black women like that to be that angry over it. Most of the dudes that really love and generally care for black women are some of the ones that are most mad. Fresh and Fit's original issue that black women had with them before it got to the bigger thing was that they didn't even have black women on a show like that. So now we're going to rewrite history, and everybody's going to say every chick that gets kicked off is black women. Kevin Samuels was just on that motherfucker like not even a year ago, maybe 6 or 7 months ago, and white women were walking the fuck off because they didn't like what the fuck he said. One chick walked off with Rolo Tomasi there. What are y'all talking about? Like, y'all, now we're going to rewrite the history. Fresh and Fit, if it was up to them, they wouldn't even have black women on their show at all. Honestly, They are more like the dudes. They're not going to kick you out Miami, the Miami club. They're going to be like, no, they're not in here. And then y'all going to be crying about that. So it's kind of damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because if y'all want to talk about Fresh and Fit about that, y'all would be, and y'all really feel some type of way that they bring black men on there and they don't bring y'all on there. Because the truth is, you believe they own you. And Fresh and Fit is a perfect example of folks that they're going to do what they're going to do regardless of what you do because you don't control it. And that's what black women fear. Black women fear black men not economically dependent on them. Too many black men depend on the black female dollar. Now, I get it's easy to get if you kiss their ass. But the reality is, one of the main things I wanted to do with this black manosphere eventually is make it so our economy is separate from theirs. Meaning we do things when it comes to sports, geekdom, a lot of different shit that they can be around it. Cool. Shout out to Queen Q. Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Kareem. They can participate, but their presence is not required at all. Just like how you don't see no niggas over there with the fucking makeup channels. That's our goal. That's one of the goals I have is a market with Black Men Network. To do that, we got to network all black men. And they fear this because they understand ideas that can be propagated without them. Because at the end of the day, if you're a man, a woman's opinion doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. Sure, you can have it as far as counsel, but it ain't required. And a lot of black men tend to fail to understand the difference between you letting them have an opinion and it being required for you to make a decision. Their counsel's not required, but they don't understand that. So ultimately, you know, what the idea that in order to save the black community, you know, we have to correct the women. No, you actually don't. The genetic problem, and when I say the genetic problem, I'm talking about how do you make it so your grandkids, your great grandkids look like you as an law of averages. It's very simple. Intercultural dating. It's not required for you to go overseas to interculturally date, but overseas will definitely increase your options, right? It will definitely increase your options. So, but you can get your feet wet here. Another thing black men need to understand is black men need to understand who you have sex with, who you have kids with, are two completely different situations. Like other men understand is black men don't understand is black men because they have been socialized to believe who you have sex with is who you're validating. White men have sex with a lot of non-black men have sex with black women. But black women still don't feel validated. Why is this? It's because white men ain't trying to claim them like that. And if you don't believe me, I'm all for divestment. I'm telling you right now, while I got a lot of people in here listening, it is my opinion that the policy of the black manosphere, we should absolutely black females divesting. We should promote black female divestment. We should cheer it on. We should encourage it. Every time black women say what black men are not doing, we're like, well, if you can't find a black man that does what you think they should do, it doesn't matter how delusional what they want is. If you can't find a black man, I encourage you to go date out and go find it. In fact, I don't even think black men should talk about them divesting or quote unquote SYSBM. I think we should talk about black women divesting more than we talk about SYSBM. Why? Because the more they quote unquote divest and speak that shit, the less they have an ability to talk shit about what black men are doing. You can't do to us, you can't get mad about what we're doing when you're actively cool with doing it. And so we should make it bigger. That's why I don't have a problem with channels like Cynthia G growing, because all that does is that indirectly helps our argument. Just like how black women promote people of color and women of color, not understanding that women of color intrudes upon their very benefits. They don't understand that. So we got to start getting a lot better about doing that. Also, as black men, you're calling their bluff. You're calling their bluff. They tell you they want to divest because in their minds it gives them a sense of self-worth that they can't intrinsically get on their own. Part of it is because they didn't have a father to validate them, thanks to their mama fucking around and not choosing a father for her children, which whatever. But at the same time, at the same time, hold on. At the same time, so they gives them a sense of self-worth because they're telling I'm leaving you. That gives think your typical like just ogre looking female talk about I'm leaving you because you ain't shit, you ain't shit, you ain't shit. Well, that takes away the pain of them being a loser because they actually believe black men not being shit change. Let's say black men ain't shit. Let's say black men ain't shit, black men don't deal, black men are dusty, black men are all of that. Well, guess what? That doesn't make you more valuable. That does not mean that, oh, because you're better than black men, that all of a sudden this gives you a greater ability to create positive outcomes in your life. That doesn't matter. That doesn't mean shit. But in a black female's mind, they think very binary. Either it's all your fault or it's all my fault. If it's all your fault, then it's none of my fault. Meaning, this is why they also have to be a victim in their own story. Make sure you support the Cash App. Shout out to T Riddler for the $5 super chat. Ed, would you contextualize your talking points at the beginning of your stream? You end up rambling all over and it becomes difficult to follow you. Well, I'm not rambling. All of this stuff I'm saying has a point. Shout out for the $5. And everything I'm saying is predicated on the beginning of my stream. There's nothing. All my stuff ties together. So anyway, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna with that being said, if anybody wants any clarification, anything I said, I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna have some fun, see what y'all got to say, and I'm gonna see what you got to say. Everything I say has a point. It may seem like it's rambling, and I'm not gonna take away it's hard to follow. But at the end of the day, everything I say has a point. There's a point. What a lot of the things that seem like I'm going left or right is designed for to basically build. It's basically designed to lay a foundation on my main talking point. My main talking point is very simple. In this title, black women chose to do what they did. They can try to pretend they didn't. They can write history because black women are actively saying it. So on the one hand, you got women saying crazy shit. On the other hand, you talk about they don't understand what they're talking about. The reality is black women are not stupid. Black women do things for a purpose, whether they understand that or not. And at the end of the day, it is not your job. It is not, you cannot save the black community when you have somebody that doesn't want to follow orders or follow anything. And also, is if you want to save the black community, is not required to pick those black women. Your job, when I say your greatest power is your power of choice, is to augment your choices so you can set the price. But you have to self-improve in order to be able to do that. Shout out to Coach Ollie's Corner for the $20 super sticker. He said no comment, just tricking. Shout out to you, Ed. Absolutely, and I appreciate that. That's what it is. So when people talk about quote unquote saving a community, well, we got to really ask a question: do you really even want to save the community? Is it even worth saving? This is the argument that I made when I made to the mic dude when I asked what part of what part of black female culture would you like to preserve? He didn't have an answer for me because the truth is he didn't know. The truth is he didn't know. And his idea of culture and music and stuff is a part of culture, but outside, like black people can't really think outside of music and the arts when it comes to culture. You can't really ask them traditions. Like I would ask you, show me what about black motherhood would you like to preserve? They won't know. They won't know. Shout out to John Thomas for the $1 super sticker. Shout out to Michael Ross for the $5 super sticker. We're gonna do a $100 million.
I will give $100 million to whoever gets me out of here. $100 million.
I love that. That shit was funny as hell when I saw that. So yeah, if anybody wants to come up, you got any questions on what I'm saying, my philosophy, my mentality, am I wrong, am I full of shit, whatever, let's go. Let's see what you got. Let's see what it is. Let's have a conversation. What is up, Black Huru? It's been a minute.
Hey, how you do, Ed? I hope I'm coming in loud and clear.
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear. I'm like, hold on, let me get myself organized. Because I got this banner. It always take a second for me to get rid of this banner. End up looking goofy as hell when you got two people on here. Yeah, people asking me about these little edits, overlays, all these things I'm doing. I told y'all motherfuckers, I know what I'm doing if I actually decide to stop being lazy as hell and doing it. I got something for the car rants too, so that stop looking so dusty. I admit it looks like a struggle stream, but we'll make it look better. We'll improve it. I actually got a couple of things in mind.
Well, I enjoyed the technical changes that you're making. I wish you had done this kind of thing a while ago.
I should have did it.
I think your channel would be much bigger had you made these changes.
I wish I would did it in 2011 rather than trying to make a blog and shit. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't argue with you there.
On this subject, I'm much older than you all, so I can't really talk too much about the market as it currently exists. So I'll just speak mostly conceptually. Black men must really learn. I've said this before. Black men must learn to play a kind of multi-level chess game with everybody, including white men, black women, ADOS men. There's so many things. Like I look at this fresh and fit thing. I mean, if you view it from a racial standpoint, you might view it a certain type of way. That is a faulty perspective, in my view. In my view, I think black men should be doing everything possible to humble ADOS black women. And if that means stepping aside and letting fresh and fit and men of their sort, man, other non-ADOS men have a go at ADOS black women, that is to the benefit of ADOS men. Because I think the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems, I should say, in the black community is the ego of the ADOS woman. And I think it must be broken. It must be crippled in such a way in which if you want to have a decent sort of negotiation with ADOS women, then they must come into the social arena in such a way in which they feel as though they are at a deficit and they must do whatever they can to surmount that deficit, particularly with respect to all men, especially ADOS men. So I say undress them. I would recommend you undress them at all levels, including even supporting this rather, look, I don't have much use for fresh and fit, as they are and what they do. I think they're someone else. I think maybe if you or someone else mentioned they're kind of corny or whatever. I think I would tend to agree with that. But I think to the extent that they could be used, again, in the Vulcan multi-level chess game as a means to reorganize the ego of ADOS women, then I think that they are an asset for ADOS men, and they should be viewed accordingly.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and my thing is, I prefer to approach it a different way. Like my way of doing that, because on the one hand, I'm not gonna let Fresh and Fit off the hook for some of the sneaky shit that they've done. What they do, I can't control irregardless. And I said this back then. I said, You're not shutting them down. I said they're gonna get their subscribers back once they get rid of they because really it was a lot of people that were fucking with Ivan Preach that left them. And I said once that drains, they'll get it back because I saw what their momentum was, and their stuff wasn't really built on like similar things like Derek Jackson stuff was built on YouTube. So, and that's all been proven true. My way of doing what you're talking about, and it's not really humbling because I could care less of the black, like Darwin's going to do that. The environment's going to do that. But to the extent that I push that forward, I try to tell y'all in this space that black women are out here talking about divesting. They think they can do better than you. You need to encourage that. Because if they want to go get Africans, then you got to deal with people like Myron and people like Walter or Fresh. They're in that pool. Or you want to, we're not going to tell them what they already know. We know why you don't deal with Africans. We know you don't deal with this. Screw that. It's time to start saying, if you want to do that, then go. Like, and not even go on some, go like what they do. Like, actively ask. When black women say black men don't build, actively ask them, well, okay, if you're comparing me to other groups, have you tried to, get a man from these other groups? Well, why don't y'all just do it? Well, I'm not going to argue that because the truth is, if you can't find a black man that ain't going to do it, I'm not here to tell you that niggas are going to do it. I'm not here to convince you of that. Because
I'm not saying argue with them.
No. I know you're not saying that, but what I'm saying is a lot of dudes will tend to do that, not because of what you said, but they'll do it on social media. And what I'm saying is, and this is the utility of what I'm saying, is tell them to date out because they're telling you that. Mm-hmm. See, it's just like when white men try to tell you you're women worshipers. That doesn't have any power.
But Edward, we're not disagreeing. What I'm saying is, in addition to what you're saying, I encourage my Fresh and Fit to do and say exactly what they're saying, because I look at what they're doing as a compliment to what you're describing, and that is to have it reinforced to them just how little value in the market they really have. So I agree with you. Yeah, tell them to date out, and then have Fresh and Fit tell them how worthless they are. That's the point I'm making.
Well, I'm just saying I'm not about to ask them. Like, at the end of the day, they're gonna do when the situation. It's kind of like what Batman said when Batman Begins. He said, "I don't. I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you." So when we look at this, so we do enough of that just by highlighting it. So when we highlight, like,
and I would say Fresh and Fit is Rao. I forget his name, crashing into the subway.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, we're not responsible. Like we didn't do that, but at the end of the day, Fresh and Fit, again, they were asked that question and they answered it, and people want to feel some type of way, but it's already happening.
See, this is what I think is interesting. And I said this in the super chat. Fresh and Fit, they have a lot of black guys around it. They have black guys on their panel. So to paint this falsely as a quote racial or racist thing, that's not what's going on.
But that's the angle people are going to take in order to.
But that's where us smarter men, again, and this is where the Vulcan chess comes in. The Vulcan chess is, don't allow them to make this a racist thing. A racist thing would be if all that Fresh and Fit dealt with, listened to, aligned with, etc., were non-black men. Well, from as best I can tell, they got black men all over the place.
So here's my thing. You got to understand that especially on the content creator side, this takes energy. And one of the things that I did last year that I'm not doing this year, and is it goes from one distraction to another, to another, to another, to another, as far as like the inside baseball kind of stuff. And so at the end of the day, you got Tariq Nasheed, Jason Black has done videos a long time ago with Carter Fresh and Fit. If people want to play that card and black people want to pro-black it to death, they get deaf. They're not going to do nothing to their show regardless. I'm not going to really say nothing until they start trying to say, well, all black men are like that. And see, you can't do that because you got more than enough black men coming out, even against Fresh and Fit. So that's, but other than that, again, like they supposed to have Tommy Sotomayor up there. So people, they say that about Tommy. So it is what it is, but that don't mean nothing. Because if they make it racist, because this is the thing I pointed out on my videos, all these people that are talking about it's bad, they don't date black women either. Like
Yep.
they
That's
don't like they don't pass the colorism feature, let alone the featureism test. They don't date black women either, including Joe Button.
They saying that because they think Myron is like Arab. That's why they say that racist thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they're trying to, and he's not all Arab. He's from Sudan. He's not all Arab. Anybody can see that, and he has said that. Like he don't go out of his way to say it, but he's so that now they're trying to play that card. But and this goes to show you how lazy they are about their research. And number one, Byron supposedly the female that he supposedly got pregnant
she's
is like
black. I remember that. Yeah.
So you see how, so this tells me what they know. And so when Myron and them, when you're in that like that it's kind of like going up there to Mount Olympus of social media and basically shooting like a fart nuke. And then now all the people are like basically doing what they do at their level because they got to show this ain't what they're for. Some people are getting brownie points. Now that I talked about, but I'm not going to instigate situations where this happens because quite frankly, people are getting tired of black women in the mainstream and a lot, and not just men, women. Hispanics are tired of them on TV all the damn time. It's like Hispanic women, they want some of that real estate. It's so a lot of these things are going to happen on their own. So my policy is I'm going to keep it real no matter what. Like, again, I look at this like business. This is why when people sit there and, oh, you hate black women, look, no, I'm doing what's in my best interest. You're not going to say fill in the blank pro-black, whatever rhetoric you want to fill in, and then say it's in my best interest because it's in black people's best interest. No, because what's black people good for black people is generally good for the gynocracy. And until you articulate that that's not what it is in whatever situation, that's my default. And I'm here to convince every dude for that, not because I'm trying to do nothing to black women. I could care less with what they do because the black women that act right are going to be the ones that are on the team anyway. Because it's reciprocal. Anyway, hold on one second. Any of these thumbnails that I put up, these are just some of the thumbnails I've been working on when it comes to my stuff. So I want y'all to know that it's not even related to anything. So just so y'all know. Anyway, go ahead, Morpheus.
No, I was gonna say, if you notice, like ever since this nonsense going on, he's been having like more than one black woman on the show. Even yesterday, he had 3 black women. So like, and black women have no choice but to go to shows like Fresh and Fit because who else is going to promote them?
I wouldn't know. I haven't looked at this show, but they're probably looking at. I understand that they're doing a lot of what they do is for marketing purposes. So the thing is, folks fall into that, and because their audience don't give a fuck about like that sisterhood bullshit. You know, across the board,
it's mixed and young. Well, their audience is mixed plus is young. Like so, when they're black, they're like 30 and under.
Yeah,
you know
and they love
but actually the audience is enjoying to some degree the clown show of black women.
And hate watching is a part of the clown show. So if black women want to participate, because that's all AdSense, baby. They like, y'all may not super chat, but we don't need you. They're the number 7. I think you said that, Morpheus. Where are they in the super chat?
They're the number 1 super chat.
Exactly. So they got that covered. So the only thing they want to deal with is these views. And here's the thing: they want to deal with the live viewers because the live viewers is what gives them more leverage in getting bigger stars on there. So if black women hate watch, they'll love them. They'll give you something to hate on. That's how Myron thinks.
It's funny they didn't learn that hate watching Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians was the formula to becoming a billionaire.
I mean, Kevin too. Yeah. A lot of people. I mean, a lot of people support. A lot of more women support him than don't. But when you look at the Clubhouse shit, because a lot, and Kevin's got a lot of women that react to his stuff on some good stuff as well. Like Fresh and Fit is probably, if they weren't a-holes about it, they would probably have an entire reaction network, just like Kevin does. And that is what puts you in the million subscriber thing when you can get in that level. So the thing about it is it doesn't matter because if you got their name in your mouth, they won. That's what Trump took all the way to the White House. We learned nothing. And everybody
and the great thing about black women you will come to understand is as a collective, they cannot help themselves.
No.
They can't. I mean, invariably they reveal themselves.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I'm not saying Myron is an evil genius. Or Fresh is. I don't think they really intrinsically understand it. I think they just tapped onto it, so they're gonna keep on doing the same thing that's working right now. But the truth is, with them bringing, oh man, they bring Tommy on. I'm gonna be curious to see what
Well,
that does.
I see you don't watch the show that often, but I do. And I remember him saying this when this nonsense happened a day after. He's like, I'll give you guys a tip. If you want to go viral, just mess with black women. And I always knew that was true because why do you think these brands is
Oh,
bringing
okay, so he does know.
dude, Fresh, he's lame when it
Who
comes to like women.
who said that? Was that Fresh or Myron?
Fresh. He's lame when it comes to women, but he knows his shit about networking.
The lame nigga, y'all getting played by the lame niggas, the one playing y'all and taking all the way to bank. I love it. Like,
crazy like a fox. Crazy like a fox.
And by the way, these are my thumbnails.
Yeah.
You know, like me. What did I say? But what did I tell y'all about Myron? Did y'all didn't pick up on that, did you? I said Myron inspires. Not Myron. Walter inspires me. Fresh inspires me. Did I not say that a while ago? I told you.
Yeah, Fresh he's good with marketing. I'll give him that.
Like, let me tell you something. If a nigga getting money, you call. Like understand. Let me tell you something. And let me tell you something. As far as somebody that knows dudes that make hella paper, you know, and I'm definitely trying to get in that mode where I'm a peer. Because once you get in that mode where I'm a peer, it's game over. And I know dudes that ain't. More of them are not lame than the ones that are lame. A lot of them are not lame. But let me tell you something. When you making, if you talking to somebody that makes like $100,000 a month, or they're making 40 or 50, like you black female, this is the thing. When you can get into exclusive stuff, all that lame shit go out the window. They know when to shut the fuck up with that shit if they think they could potentially keep something. And that's with a lot of women. That lame, when people talk that lame shit,
that shit work in high school. They don't understand.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's high school talk. So when I hear, and this is where the women are gonna do it, but when dudes actually carry that water, because men get that from the women. Oh, you lame. You lame. Because men are supposed to look at other men based on their utility. Let me give you a street analogy. We playing pickup basketball. I don't give a fuck if that nigga can get girls or not. If that nigga can dunk, you picking that motherfucker though. You know, if you're playing pickup, you know, what matters is what is your utility to the task at hand. Only black men will bring in your ability to deal with women and shit that ain't got nothing to do with that. So you look at a dude like Fresh and and I would understand why, like how he talks all that. You like, man, he couldn't get black women to do shit. And yet that nigga is probably doing Kevin Samuels almost level numbers on manipulating black women to the point is he's doing something that even none of us have been able to do is manipulating those bigger blogs.
Listen, they make more money super chat than Kevin. Kevin's listed at number 7. They're listed at number 1. That's why they had that low key beef between the hours. Okay. And you're not counting on that little marketing stuff they do to teach these guys and stuff like that.
Well, that's not counted. That's not. See, the thing is, that's not all people talk about their YouTube revenue. That's not counted because even Glennon was talking about that. Glennon don't do numbers like that either. But what Glennon does in like sales is insane when it because his stuff is like 1,000. This stuff is very look. His stuff it's high ticket. It's high ticket. And he sells a lot of it, but he don't need a lot of people to do that. But see, people are not thinking like that. It's same thing. Coach Greg Adam has a product as well. So yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, black guys, we got to look at like I understand why some people got a problem with Fresh. You know, that was some sucker shit what they were doing with the whole copyright. But we should look at them as a model because their money maker, like you said earlier, is not based off of black women.
You can have a problem with them and still pay attention to what works and what does not work. Like having that's called not being emotional, you know. And so absolutely you can still have a problem with it, but still acknowledge this is what works, this is what doesn't, this is the result. Yeah, a lot of people can't do that.
And I think that's what the mainstream, like the Joe Buddens and all those people are mad at because they have to kiss black women's butt. But they feel and date the same way Myron is. But they're mad that they can say it in the open and nothing happens to them.
The problem is it's here's the thing. When you look at something, to be fair to Joe Budden, Joe Budden, when you get into this is the thing. Joe Budden got in the mainstream before it was popular, like not being signed, before the networks and stuff was in place. And to be real, there was some Southern dudes as well as dudes like Jay-Z and stuff, where they got it in before they got signed. David Banner, all of that. Hold on, before I say, let me shout out to this. Shout out to Chris, Strong Art Talks. We are known as athletes and entertainers. We don't own the league or the music industry. What is so precious about the community? Absolutely. And but you have all these networks and things so you can get on with music. I mean, NBA YoungBoy got on with YouTube. He had 10 billion views. Now YouTube just cut his stuff off. But my point is, he didn't need to be signed, because even Remy Ma makes a lot more money than people think, because she gets more of the percentage of per dollar of the things that are sold. And so so we always look at social media and stuff through the eyes of like what thoughts are doing, what entertainers are doing, what people are already doing. But there's a way to leverage this thing if you have a skill or something that you can connect to an audience, no matter what you're doing. So my point is that we don't really understand what the true power of social media is when you can really tap into it. So Joe, going back to Joe Budden got on when it was the normal way. So because of that, now Joe Budden did take a step back to reinvest in himself as far as the podcast, but he's still leveraging that like Kwame Brown leveraged that based on fame he already had. Because Fresh and Fit is coming from the bottom up. This is actually what made Cardi B so powerful. Cardi B had a built-in audience of like like 3 or 4 million before she got, which helped her get on Love and Hip Hop. And then that railgun, because that exposed her to the market on Love and Hip Hop, which helped her career because she was a groupie. Her music, nobody cared about her music. And her music still isn't good. But because she was more known, she elevated it. This is why you got so many females trying to come up vis-a-vis, and shout out to Black Rule, he left, vis-a-vis
Instagram,
social media. Yeah, because they think if they can come up with that, nothing else matters. And you see some of them break through, like Saweetie and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm about to take this off. Let me see. This is the last one. Yeah. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about them thumbnails, if y'all like me to use some of them thumbnails. But yeah. So at the end of the day, Joe Budden, once you get a taste of that, you can't not deal with it that way. Versus Fresh and Fit built it from the bottom up. It's just like O'Shea, same thing. So you don't have that taste. You're not thinking, oh, I'm trying to get back to getting that big money because that's what I got. Fresh and Fit is incrementally building up from a slow but steady thing. And O'Shea did the same thing. And a lot of the dudes that got on did the same thing.
And they know how to flip the money. Like I saw the whole thing with crypto. They had the guy from crypto on there.
So like you can't leverage them the same way you can leverage like a Joe Budden, because Joe Budden is operating from a position of fear of loss. Fresh is operating from that because they never had the big money. Just like Atkins the same way. Act would be afraid of falling off. Fresh in them, I mean, they are too, but they're not going to fall off in the same way because Black women are not going to do it because it's not their audience. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say is that everyone kept saying, oh, you guys never going to be mainstream. I'm like, I don't think these guys ever want to be mainstream. I think they want to create their own lane, which they're smart to doing that. But I heard them say that Ack is their, who they look up to. The mainstream could never get at Ack because he had his own thing. You know what I'm saying? And they got a perfect thing. People are going to always come, even these celebrities, because they got all these OnlyFans chicks. The OnlyFans chicks are going to come on their show because they need a promotion. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you notice, if you go over, just take a glance, they try to put a lot of women. They understand that that's a magnet for people that's more important than them. You understand? This is why they can get all these celebrities to come on there, because they see all these girls. These are the same girls they want to mess with.
Well, remember, like, and I'm gonna show y'all something. And I'm not, and look, understand something. I'm keeping it 100. I'm not big. I'm telling you what the facts are. I mean, y'all know what I feel about Fresh and Fit. There's some things that I can respect about how they do their shit, but some of the shit they do behind the scenes is whatever I can do without. But let me show you something. We're gonna type in, and I'm doing this off I'm doing this just off Gates. We're gonna type in DJ Vlad. So DJ Vlad, 4.87 million. You see that, right? DJ Vlad. Let me hold on because I ain't trying to get my stuff demonetized. Well, it's already demonetized.
Gotta mute it.
As you can see, I'm not closet subscribed to DJ Vlad. So let's go to DJ Vlad's videos, and let's go to. Let's see what's most popular. Let's see where Kevin ranks in that. I'm curious.
I'm surprised he hasn't invited them on the show.
I know. He will eventually.
Yeah, probably after all this
Oh
nonsense.
yeah,
I guess.
Kevin's down there. Yeah, okay, whatever. So there's that. But anyway, let's do the oldest video DJ Vlad has on here. Oldest videos, 14 years ago. Ooh, that's beginning YouTube. So
Wow.
what do you see? He's doing rap. He's doing rap. Let me see. Quan freestyle. What I'm trying to find is DJ Vlad just started doing porn stars. Oh, Brooke Hogan.
Oh yeah, I remember he did that porn. So he did Pinky and stuff back there. I remember
Yeah,
that.
and that's when he started to do his original. Like what you see is what DJ Vlad is. So this is a while. This is a minute ago. Like we're going to have to go down here. This is 12. This is old shit. So you talk about this is like 2009 and 8. This is like the beginning of the Tommy era.
Yeah.
So the earliest iteration, so we'd have to scroll down. So this is like older stuff. But the earliest iteration of DJ Vlad, the DJ Vlad that you know, like the way he does his show now, the first season of that was Porn Stars.
Yeah.
What is it?
Right.
Same thing with OnlyFans models.
Mm-hmm.
So this is before that, because last time I went through this wasn't on here. So he must have put his old shit. This is how you know he really don't give a fuck. So anyway, this is 2010. So
because I know he's cool. I know they're cool with Andrew Tate. I know him on the show talking about how he would go to these billionaires. You know, he makes a lot of money.
All right, so here we are. So 11 years ago. So this is 2010. See, and you see, so I want y'all to pay attention to something. Look at these little views, just so it brings my point up so I don't look like I don't know what I'm talking about. Some of them popped off. Now watch. 910, 290, 5.1 million. Boom, 1 million. Tequila, that's reality show. So he started 257. So then he started getting more into porn stars and into women. See, and that's when the stuff started to grow a lot.
It legitimized them because a lot of the celebrity dudes didn't want to be on his show.
Exactly. So then,
it's the same thing I'm saying.
Yeah. So my point is, and you see that transition, but this ain't even about bigging them up. What this is really about is saying that their greatest fear is if you create something they can't control, that they can't just economically bully you with. Right. And that's why they have this thing where they want to start to censor shit. They want to start to kill shit. They want to do all that. Shout out to the Logosphere. He went live when he got jumped by Wu-Tang at Rock Bella back in the day. Hey, what else you gonna do, man? This was before any of this stuff was popular.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard them say that. Oh, we don't cancel them. We want to censor them. I heard black women say that.
Yeah, that's because that's how black women think. And the thing is, black women, you don't hear them talk about nobody like that except black men, because they believe they own you. And a lot of dudes are talking about they don't understand what they do. Man, nigga, that's like me whooping your ass. That's like me smacking a chick and say he retarded. Well, he keep on doing it. Man, you ain't gonna just let him get away with the he don't understand BS. The problem's gonna be solved one way or the other, man.
You said something on point earlier, that black women's real fear is competition, meaning that they don't really want us being great like that, because that's going to create more competition that they have to do. You know what I mean? Because I know they don't want to date out, because I know they don't want that competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is why I keep telling y'all, just push them out. Tell them if you think you can, like that divest movement. Honestly, it's in black women's best interest to kill the divest movement, because you can't have the moral thing over black men. You can't say, oh, well, we care about the black community because look, we're still here. You can't play that game if you're supporting all this divestment BS. And a lot of that divestment crap is them wishing upon a star.
Correct.
That's really what it is. But they not actually, for the most part, doing that. Like I said, any black female that's a certified 8 and up, they're universally beautiful. So yes, they have access to that. But even Jason Black said in BGS, majority of y'all are 5s and 4s. That's the truth. Just like the majority of black men are broke, the majority of y'all are 5s and 4s. Truth be told.
That's true. You're right. Damn, I had a point.
Yeah. So anyway,
I had a point, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, you're right.
You know, everybody support the cash. I mean, I'm not about to be on here forever anyway. I just wanted to make a point. Shout out to Cornelius. Shout out to Green for the $5. Shout out to Cornelius for the $5 for the Black Huru tax. Much appreciated. And
Yeah, because
yeah,
the competition is strict over there. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to compete with those Spanish girls. You know how Spanish girls
yeah. And the thing
get
about
down.
it is the bar. Like people always be like, "Well, what's the good? You got good news for Black women?" The good news is the bar is so low. Black women act like they got some sense. The bar is so low. It's very little they got to do to separate themselves from the pack, which is why I don't worry about black women and know how to act because black men are not requiring a lot out of them. Like
No,
it's really not. And so this idea that dudes try to act like good black women are gonna be like swept, they're gonna fall under the cracks. Not really. Even Grin said this. Grin said that black women, there's a lot of black women that's already separating themselves from a lot of the crazy ones.
yeah.
They're gonna do that because they're not gonna go down with the ship. That's not how they're gonna do. So
Oh, now I remember what I was saying. So this whole fresh and fit stuff was a blessing in disguise because on one level it teaches what black men need to do economically, right? On the other level, it legitimizes black men with the Cynthia G stuff because look at all these simps that came out to go at them. So how can they say they're not protected with all these simps going at them?
well, a lot of them dudes have problems on their own. I mean, you can go down the list. Even Tariq Nasheed wanted to play they corny, but I'm like, and I fuck with Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah, me too.
But it's like Tariq. You got your wife is half Jewish, half black. So at the end,
Mhm.
and you're not Mr. You know, you take not Mr. If you get date mix, make sure
The
make
mom
the
is
mommy.
white.
Yeah. Come
Yeah.
on, man. And I'm not trying to bring up old stuff because not for fresh and fit. But the reality of the situation is, I mean, we know what's out here. I mean, yeah, fresh and fit is corny. But the
Mhm.
reality is it don't matter. Like that shit don't what does that really mean? They corny. Okay, if they so corny, why do black women give a fuck about what they said? And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
yeah.
even beating you up, Elise. I'm just saying. Like,
Mhm.
why does it matter what two corny ass 980s niggas think? They don't even got a black audience like that. Nobody can never tell me that. That's what nobody can tell me.
Yeah, I mean,
I,
like we said earlier, all that corny stuff is only valid in high school. After high school, that goes out the window.
Yeah, corny is just some shit that black people say in order when they can't really throw nothing. You can't really call them short. You can't call them dusty. You can't say they ain't got more money. So now, oh, they're corny. They're corny. And I'm not picking on nobody that's saying that. I agree. I think they're corny. But the truth is, I'm not like, think about it. Only black people will actually like try to do business with somebody and be like, yeah, man, that nigga corny. I'm like, okay, really? That's really
Yeah,
what you're thinking about here. And this is how motherfuckers move, and this is why shit is what it is. I think it's a lot of shit that's corny. Like and I'm in this. I'm gonna wrap this video up with this. We were talking about this shit on Bernard shit. You got motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm sorry. Y'all can feel some type of way. I'm sorry. I think fucking a female on a bed with a baby right next to it is some corny ass shit.
oh
But a
yeah,
lot of y'all niggas do talk about doing it like that's a rite of passage or some shit.
yeah, that's corny. You right about that?
I would not, nigga. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. We going to a motel. Oh, I can't leave because of my baby. I see why y'all niggas don't want to fuck single mothers. Y'all got some single mother horror stories. I wish the
Hmm.
fuck I would.
You heard about that girl
And
with the
it ain't no, you
OnlyFans?
ain't getting no pussy because nah, bullshit.
You, you
Don't
heard
pull that.
you heard
Go
about
ahead.
that black? You heard about that black OnlyFans chick, right? She was getting smutted out on video, and her son was calling for her in the background. O'Shea did a video about it.
Oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. Was it recent? Because I
Yeah,
watched most of O'Shea's video. Okay, I'll find it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I
They,
try to do shit like that because I'm not really here to like pound the pavement on black women. Like a lot of my you notice how my shit actually been on dudes, and it's gonna be sister included, but there's gonna be a reason for that because people talk about like the manosphere is done. And shout out to AM1, but like my stuff is gonna be fortified. You're not gonna be a kind of my stuff is just try to play the hate group game because that's
man,
what the Patreon is for. As far
these
as me keeping it 100.
these young boys coming up with these moms that are OnlyFans, man, it's going to be a
Oh,
monster.
I feel bad for him. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, that's some shit that like you gonna see a suicide rate increase,
Oh yeah, because you know these all these kids. Because I have a daughter, she's
especially with
10.
them white folks.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking about the white folks, I forgot who. I think it was Jason. I forgot who it was. I saw it today. This guy, he's 18 years old, set his mom up OnlyFans. This is how crazy things are going nowadays.
Man, if I was going to tell my mom to get some money on the internet, I already know exactly what I'm doing. I'm telling her to use YouTube and do a cooking channel. Like, I'm dead ass because cooking channels do hella that. Two things. One is my mom got 2 puppies. I don't know what type they are because I'm not a dog person. I would say show her how to do the phone, do that, because that stuff plays. Film any dumbass shit that they do. Put cameras everywhere, and then I would tell her to cook things that I know she can cook. Like the egg roll thing we won't do because I'm thinking about selling this recipe for that. But and I don't want to show nobody how to make that. But yeah, that's what I would tell. I mean, think about it. It's so many different ways to make. I mean, even like don't even get me started. Like as far as stuff.
Your mom would be like that one lady. What's that lady that retired? Her she does a cooking thing on Instagram. She retired her husband. I forgot her name. She has a big afro. I forgot her name. She does a lot of cooking things, and she sells her recipes like on Target and stuff.
Yeah, and I hear what AM1 is saying, but my thing is that at the end of the day, man, a reset is not a bad thing. It really, I know it sounds bad that I'm saying that, but it really isn't. I don't believe, like, because if channels are caught slipping, then it is what it is. Cooking with AB. Yeah, I'm gonna show you a dude that I've been subscribed to him. I told y'all I had multiple channels. Because I have the algorithm work for me. So I have multiple Gmail accounts that, I only go to certain things on that. And I got a food one. That I learned how to cook. I know y'all niggas like, you lying ass nigga. You always buying fast food. Fuck y'all. That's true. But everything's a work in progress. Like I showed you the salad thing. But yeah, this dude cooking with AB. He's 1.6. Yeah, I've been with him since he had 200. He had 200 subscribers. This dude is from Compton.
Oh, word?
Yeah, living in Compton. Yeah.
You sound familiar. I don't remember though.
Yeah, and this dude knows how to cook, man. Look, this dude knows how to cook. And he didn't always do collaborations and stuff. But he know how to cook. And he reminds me of G Garvin, like super easy, super simple, like the stuff. Plus he uses Cutco products too. He uses the New Wave. Cooktops, which is something I have. So yeah, so he saw like how to cook. Yeah, like let me show you a little bit.
Hey Ed, who do you think is the next person to pop in the manosphere?
You can never predict. I mean, I'd hope it'd be me, but no. No, this ain't.
I think you set yourself a little studio. It might that'll hook you up a little bit.
Let's see. Yeah, see, like his shit is professional. Like, yeah, man, his Instagram is fire too. His Instagram is like, what is his Instagram?
Message.
Cooking with AB.
I forgot Myron messed with that one chick. All he had to do was pull that up. And she was
this ain't the right one. This ain't the right one.
Oh, and she was very white acting, like you said. Like if he's gonna mess with a black girl, she's gonna be like kind of whitewashed, and she was.
Well, yeah, and so you got black women. They're like, that's what they doing. That's what they doing. How can they, the victim like these? They just scream like, and then niggas are virtue signaling. I'm like, yo, honestly, that shit wouldn't even mean nothing if y'all wouldn't have blew it up that big. Y'all blew it up. So, and the thing about it is, because see, women don't even understand that. They think ignoring you, it just means you nothing. I mean, man, do you understand how much y'all would have blew Jason Black up if y'all would have set him out there like that? Jason Black would love that. That's explosive growth.
All Jason Black has to do is put himself on camera and have a little studio on that.
Y'all gang, oh man, AB is and there's a couple of it ain't just him. I got there's some white dudes that blew up too. Like it's one dude, he has this thing called like cooking this but better. So he'll do pizza but better and all that. But I'm trying to keep it black. And it's not the only one. It's a dude that he got like 80,000 subscribers. And he ain't no AB thing, but if you buy like the New Wave oven and like all these fryers, he does that. He's like a reviewer of that stuff, and he'll show you how to cook wings, like stuff that black people like to cook, in the stuff. And so if you want to know how to really use it, oh man, he's great. And he's like an everyday nigga. Like everyday nigga. That nigga got found a lick. That nigga found a lick. And then the stuff and I could easily do what he does. I could easily just do what he does and just real. In fact, I might do it. I actually might do it as a hustle. Because as I start to do more and more YouTube, I might say, fuck it, I'll get this YouTube money. I could easily do what he does. I ain't about to show y'all all that. I'll just show you the AB thing. But yeah, AB stuff, and it's always been professional like that. If you go back to this stuff, it's always been doing. And it's some dudes that when it comes to Caribbean stuff, it's some Asian dudes that I do like to learn how to really, do the vegetables and stuff, man. But that's just on that front. And I know some of you niggas like dogs. That some of you niggas y'all like, when it comes to the beard combs and the lineup or the dreads. That if you want to deal with black men, that's the market black men are in. And that's like the makeup market. So it's a lot of other stuff. But my point is, so you don't have to do it that way. AM1 is down there. I keep telling AM1. AM1 needs to do kind of like a either a reaction channel and then do a tech review channel. And another thing, there was a channel by the name of Black Babble. He just hit 18,000. And Black Babble said this, and I don't agree with everything he say, but he kind of covers stuff too. But he and in my edits, my edits are better than his, but he got some slick stuff that he does. That's very, let's just say, productive. It's very good on the production side, like as far as getting videos out. He said he originally wanted to do a black review channel, but the thing is that's not going to grow. So he talks about like a lot of the gossip stuff because that grows the channel with the audience he wants to deal with. And then he can go and turn back and then do that channel. But see, a lot of y'all don't think about that. So y'all don't think about if I grow this channel doing it this way, I can turn around and talk about other things. I can railgun other YouTubers and get them, it's a lot of stuff you can do once you get the audience. And Black Hoover is absolutely right. I probably should have did that. If I did that a year ago, I would probably be at like at least 40,000, and that's being conservative. But as far as you ask, who's the next person to pop? Probably the lead attorney. If you got to, when you say pop, define pop.
Like would be like a Kevin or a Fresh and Fit. I can see lead attorney.
I mean, Fresh and Fit is at 550. I mean, because you got like mediocre. Because you got to understand momentum too. Momentum counts for something. Mediocre's coming in this mediocre, poor man. I would say based on Fresh and Fit, I'd say poor man. And then I'll probably say mediocre. Then I'll probably say lead attorney. Those are like the three.
I think lead is more because he has more range because of his background.
He does, but he's not doing the numbers poor man is doing. Poor man, because you got poor man does more videos with less time. I get what you're saying. You are right in what you said. Because the only thing poor man does is he basically takes a camera. I can literally do the same video he's doing. If I get a curtain, get a curtain. He does it in the corner. It's the same video.
Because isn't he mostly reactions though? Isn't he?
Yeah, but reaction channels blow.
I know.
Yeah,
I feel bad because I was supposed to do my reaction. I was actually doing it around the same time poor man is. Every time I keep looking at him, I'm like, man, that could have been.
Yeah, but the reaction. I mean, technically, mediocre's reaction. It's a lot of people. Most of these people are reaction. It's to the degrees that they do it. He just reacts to male content as male empowerment or male centric content. So he does. It's kind of like, think of it like red pill reaction, red pill reacting. Manosphere Highlights Daily does the same shit and don't even put his cell phone camera. And he's there like 100. So, so you got more topical content, which is kind of what I do, kind of like what Coach Greg Adam does. You got Darius does reaction. Technically, Jada Black does a combination. Jada Black has been growing, but he's not explosively growing, but he gets views guaranteed. He grows kind of like what O'Shea does. Because Jay is about 180K subs, even though he don't show his subs, but he slipped a couple of times and let it be seen. But poor man, but poor man, not really. That's not true. Poor man's pod, that's not true. He wouldn't have the numbers being limited to just the black sector. That is not true. Poor man's podcast is just like poor man's podcast is as broad as Darius.
You know, another way he can expand more too, because poor man's married. You know, if he brought his wife in and explain how black marriage works and why, you know what I'm saying?
Because
You have to show the
yeah,
contrast.
but the thing about it is, Poor Man is at 334,000 subs.
Yeah.
Poor Man and Meat versus Mediocre.
And
What
I don't know if he's a Christian. He can come from that angle. This is
mediocre. Yeah, that may compromise his male centric stuff. Mediocre is at
yeah,
280, so he's right there. Poor Man is growing faster than mediocre, but mediocre is growing fast.
yeah.
Anthony Spade is
Oh
at
yeah, I like that.
140. He's at 148, so he's growing on the low really
Yeah,
rapidly.
yeah.
The
He's doing the Sigma male thing.
And the lead attorney is, and him and the lead attorney is about the same thing at 140 at 133. And the lead attorney is probably going to catch Anthony Spade. And
Yeah.
then you got Coach. That's another. I mean, where Coach Greg Adams at? I haven't paid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Coach, Coach has had a good point that he was doing the other days because he was talking about why you see so many brothers dating non-black women. He was showing the West Coast. He's like looking at the numbers percentage wise, like ain't that many black people there, so of course they're gonna date out.
Well,
And
the West Coast has a much more liberal dating market. Coach
right,
Greg Adams stuff is spread across multiple channels because he's got that
mm,
free agent
free
thing.
agent
So I
lifestyle.
can't. But his own stuff is like it.
But like when he break the numbers down percentage wise, like you live in Seattle and you're a black dude, like even if you want to date black girls, you're gonna have to date women that are not black.
Angry Man could blow, but it's something like if Angry Man could get in the geekdom thing, he could do like what the quartering does, like what Geeks and
Yeah.
Gamers does. Well, young Sigma and Amazing Lucas would be a really good
What what
compare.
hurts Angry Man? I'm gonna keep it a buck. He's a little too hood for certain black guys. Let's just keep it a buck. Like
Well, I mean,
if you
there's a
try to do the geekdom thing, some of them kind of intimidated by that. Some of those geekdom type dudes.
well, I mean, and I'm gonna show a couple of people right here before we end it. At this point, this is just ending it. If you're new here, make sure you support the channel, subscribe. See if I'm your cup of tea. I ain't even checked to see what the subscribers are. Is this up? Yeah, let me put this up. So when you look at Young
Mm,
Ripper is he's at 440.
mm.
And I mean, he got a beard. He got that kind of. He don't go off like Angry Man does, but Angry Man would be his stick. But this is somebody he can model it on. And Young Ripper has kind of been talking about the same thing. He's kind of like a cross between Jada Black and Angry Man because he does the conservative thing, as you can see. COVID, you see, he does the conservative thing, but the geekdom stuff too.
Sin G's almost at 100,000. I've actually seen some women react to her videos in a negative way. I've seen that starting to happen.
Yeah. I mean, but that's all promotion. She don't care. Whatever drives views. Let me see what happened to early Geeks and Gamers called out by Geeks and Gamers are called out by Amazing Lucas. This was 8 months ago though.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing Lucas
Amazing
is
Lucas
blown.
versus Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers versus Amazing Lucas. I mean, cause they both think the same. They
Mm,
both think I pissed off Amazing Lucas. They both think the same. I mean, Amazing. I'm curious as to how that happened, but Amazing Lucas has 379.
mm.
Okay, but Geeks and Game, who else? Daquan is another one,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He be
but
on
he's
Flex.
more of a gaming thing.
Hmm.
No, it's another Daquan. Who the fuck? Daquan.
There's another Fresh and Fit podcast too. That one's
Yeah,
called The Fresh
Daquan
and Fit.
Wilshire. He's at 813. But see, but he's more in the more entertainment section.
Yeah, yeah.
But Major Luke's in the more in the commentary. So yeah, and then he intermixed it with the conservative stuff. So I mean, at the end of the day, if you ask me, those are gonna be the ones that really pop. Those three, I'd say. But they're not. The thing about Poor Man is Poor Man he's not controversial, nor is mediocre. So they
Hmm.
kind of grow on the low. Not that they don't grow fast, they're growing on the low. Lead Attorney is more controversial than any of them.
Yeah, that's why I see like him going fast. I think he needs to cut his videos down like at least 2 hours at most.
But what's been helping the lead attorney is people really get mad at what he says. But ultimately, like he could catch them, but real talk, they're growing faster. And the more you grow, the more momentum. because their stuff has you see mediocre and Leeds does too, but mediocre and poor man's have universal appeal. That's what
Mm,
helps them.
right,
Um, and because they were never truly connected to our space, they're not limited by the politics of our space,
right.
which can kind of fuck up channels. Which is why I was like, I'm not gonna be worried about what these other motherfuckers do. But
Yeah. But Leeds history as a family court, that has a universal appeal. Because I see some white people coming on there and looking at his stuff. If
shout
he
out
gives
to
away,
Mr. Somerville. No, you're right, and he don't turn those types of folks off. But the thing
yeah,
about it is, man, like real talk, I've looked at how my stuff is increasing. I remember a poor man would talk about, like when you talk about how much Kevin Samuels got, what people are saying is like, look, man, I know how much my analytics look. He used to always be like, because like this should be looking good. And he said, I ain't nowhere compared to where he is. So if I'm getting this, I know he getting that. And
oh,
and I ain't making no real money like that. But I know, yeah, it won't take a lot. It
it
won't take
was
a lot.
when they, I forgot who it was. Somebody that put that like how
He
I
ain't
got those numbers.
Amazing Lucas ain't shadow banned now though.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, I was going to say about the super chats. Like I said, what's to call it? It was somebody posted how they were number one or whatever. It was a couple 100,000 on there a month that it showed for them. It was in the high hundreds of thousands.
I mean, it's plenty. People talk about what about the women? It's so many women is blown up. Like the thing about it is, you guys like those dudes are standouts because you don't see dudes that blow up doing what we do. The reality is,
Mm,
there's plenty of women having two legs. Plenty of women got 20. And the thing about it is, a lot of these females don't be helping each other. That's why a lot of them try to come
mm,
over here. But the thing is, it's like we're not about to like Kendra was kind of already in the mix. Pink Book has done shit on her own.
right.
I'm not in the business
Yeah.
of
People
rail
couldn't even
gunning
show her.
folks.
Yeah. People couldn't even show her face. So she's
Yeah.
straight.
Well, yeah, and so it is what it is. Shout out to but Caleb City. Have I heard over Caleb City? Caleb City don't got a million. What are you talking about? Caleb City has way more than okay. Y'all want to talk about okay, so you want to play with the big boys. That's what you asking me. Well, the thing of right, I didn't mention them is because they're in the entertainment sector.
Right.
So that's why I didn't mention them. They're more entertainment. Shout out to Jason Hales for that. Shout out to Charles Fartner with the woo. I mean, if y'all want to talk about Caleb City.
Who's that? I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that one.
Caleb City is this is Caleb City. He does videos on his own that like 1 minute and stuff like that.
He looked familiar.
Yeah, he's been doing stuff since Vine. Caleb City has 4.4.
Yeah, he been doing stuff since Vine, and yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
when
has
that's when the
4.4
algorithm was
million.
real nice.
Then you got expert thief 5.7 million. Then you got Long Beach Griffey,
Yeah.
who's got 3.46 million. Then you got Heavenly Controller, which he's in more of the gaming anime stuff. He's 826 himself. You got a young new dude that's kind of blew up last year. Trey Rags, I showed y'all some of the stuff with him. He's got 720,000.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like some of these people are using TikTok as well too. We
Yeah.
ain't gonna talk about what some of them chicks do on TikTok. So yeah, man. I mean, y'all want to get into those numbers? There's some dudes out there. Yeah, the GTA, yeah, GTA bag. And he tried to get away from GTA. Nigga said the only reason why I want to see you is GTA. Fuck anything else you doing. His
Yeah.
numbers free flew when he tried to get that nigga probably hate GTA on the low.
But
That nigga probably hate GTA on the low. Because
oh,
honestly, he tired of GTA. When I do GTA Thug Life 100, I'm gonna try to do something else. He tried that shit, wasn't doing no numbers. And
yeah.
he was running his baby because he was hoping that people would still accept the GTA. And I don't look at it now, but I used to them GTA Thug Life used to get me through work, yo. Like it
Yeah,
used
some people get stuck in a certain thing. You know
yeah,
what I
all
mean?
that, yeah. But at the end of the day, man, he making money. Because he only doing for like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
Truth be told, I think Kevin kind of tired. I
And
think
then,
he
and
was.
dude, and I don't even know everybody because I'm not even talking about the NBA 2K sector, the NBA 2K
Oh, those dudes
sector,
make a lot of money.
the
That
NBA.
2K
Yeah,
sector.
I don't even know them. Yeah, like Omni and the Hellcat. I don't know everybody. I just know what I come across.
Yeah,
So, like, you guys, this dude said Corey X Kenshin, is he black? Because I'm only talking about black people here.
I don't know.
And I'm only doing that because to let y'all know. And truth be told, there's women that blew up too.
Yeah, because I
12.4
know.
million. Who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah, I know those 2K dudes be making a lot of money.
And I'm talking about people in the middle. Okay, yeah. 12 million. Yeah, because once you start getting in like 2 or 3 million, like really, you can get the celebrities to fuck with your joint.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they'll play with you and
You said
everything.
Snapchat is more than that. Yeah, man. So Jason Black channel with Skyrock, he focused on finding common ground with callers trying to build. Yeah, a lot of people don't like how Jason Black comes off, and that's why when he get mad at Kevin, that's why I keep telling people. I told somebody the other day, I said, "Yo, I don't give a fuck if Jason Black blows up because Jason Black is worse than Kevin when it comes to how harsh
Yeah.
he is on black women. And I'll take him talking shit about black men because he called, man, please, he tell them hoes
But
out themselves.
when I see these girls get mad at Kevin, I'm like, man, you had no idea. Like they don't understand that he's the nicer version of Obsidian. That's basically what Kevin is. If you follow Obsidian.
Yeah, shout out. I see I got 3 more. We had 41, so we 59 away from 5,000. Man, I do appreciate that because once I get that 5,000, I'm gonna do some interview stuff. But we're in a transitional mode when it comes to this channel. Y'all saw the thumbnails. Y'all saw like the edits are gonna get better.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Yeah, I just need to be more consistent because I'm starting to lean back more into the
What,
rants and
what
just like,
program you what program you using if you don't mind me asking?
I do the edits. I'm not like like as far as the thumbnail, that's Canva. I use Canva and PowerPoint,
Okay.
ironically, and the colors, the ones that are the art, I use Prism, a mobile app
Okay.
called Prism. But the one thing that and then I do video editing on my I'll say this. Some of my video editing I do LumaFusion.
Hmm.
And that's something that's only on the iPad. So I can literally, so I'm gonna get to the that's only $30. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
so let's say you got an iPad or iPhone, but I say iPad and you want to do cheap editing, you want to do,
Hmm.
and I'm talking about LumaFusion is the same as Camtasia, like that. Everything you can do. Like I did the greens. I'm about to start adding in the
So
subscribe elements because I can
it,
do the green screen key.
it's on the App Store, LumaVision
Yeah,
on the
LumaVision.
iPad.
LumaVision literally won an award as like the #1 app on like Apple Award. So like
Okay.
last year. So it's good. Now there's a couple of things that I do differently, but anything when it comes to panning up, panning down, doing any of that I'm telling you, LumaFusion is the shit, and it's only $30.
Okay.
Um,
Good looking out. Yeah, because I
uh,
saw those videos that you've been doing, the ones that are pre-recorded, they were really good.
But the thing that I use to do like the triple edit, like when I get the triple videos, it's all videos like lined up 3 by 3, or how
Hmm.
I do some of my video things that overlays things, or I
Hmm.
do some of the intro videos. Yeah, I'm keeping that close to the chest. I'll eventually tell people, but it's really 2 or 3 things I use.
Yeah.
LumaFusion, but you need an iPad to do that.
Yeah, I got an iPad, so I might check
Yeah, so
that
if you
out.
got an iPad, yeah, man, I'm telling you straight up, like, and then the audio. I mean, I really just record. I use
Hmm.
what is that thing? Audacity for the
Hmm.
audio.
Yeah, I got some stuff for audio. Like, I got some equipment because my friend had like a podcasting thing that his uncle gave him, and he just gave it to me for free. So like,
Yeah.
I just stopped being lazy. I
Now,
practice it. Go
I
ahead.
will tell you this: these arm bars, because I was paying $20 for these arm bars. I actually bought a couple from Walmart for like $12. So I'm gonna start doing that too. So I got multiple camera vectors because I actually have an iPhone 6 on top of
Yeah.
my personal phone.
Hmm.
I have and that'd be so I can use it with one mic, and then I have a desk that I've used. So I got a couple of things.
I think
Um,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just do a couple of reaction videos, try to be more consistent to get my numbers up, and then try to segue out of that to something else too. You know?
No, absolutely, and it's kind of one of those things. And I don't need to get into like what poor man in them is. I have actually a number that if I can get to it, Well, O'Shea, no, that's not what O'Shea did. O'Shea, okay, so O'Shea, I don't know why everybody keep wanting to talk about something. And see, that's part of why our space doesn't grow because
Hmm.
people don't understand that the trend. Like people call it celebrity content. I call it trending news because
Right.
O'Shea doesn't just do celebrity content. O'Shea does
Trending
things
news.
that have nothing to do with certain celebrities. You know, like Pink Book does. Like certain people, like it's all trending news, and so. And
Yeah,
so,
the other day he did that white lady that's old and she's mad that she can't pull any dudes. You know, she used to be a really pretty model, a white lady.
yeah,
And now
well,
she's like 56 and she
yeah,
can't pull nobody.
and so one thing you got to understand is number one, O'Shea requires less super chats from y'all because he transitioned. This is what he was trying to tell y'all. O'Shea was trying to say do uploads because, and I'm gonna tell you, uploads do help grow your subscribers. Like as far as the topics that I'm doing them on, I've
Right.
seen it jump. That's number one. Number two, it transitions to where we don't need as much super chats that we do in order to do the type of stuff that we do.
Right.
So that's requiring less money from the audience.
Because you get the advertisement money, right?
And then, well, yeah, the AdSense money, and then on top of that, like this, the keep it real stuff you do on Patreon, you know. And I made my Patreon public. Everybody doesn't always, but my point is, most people's Patreon is like $5. So again, when people say cast out, the channel is an asset, and then you can put out what content you need to put out. But O'Shea has a fucking library. Why? Just like Black Ram has a library. So why the fuck do we need to constantly make shit? Because especially when you got people like there's always gonna be somebody else doing some shit. So why keep on? Yeah. So and by the way, O'Shea doesn't do that. He does his King Ganda channel has like 50,000 subscribers on it and stuff, and that's a channel. It's not. That's completely different. And the King, so and that's what he does for the Africans and the Pan African content.
You know, and I have a question to ask you. Now, I know you'll talk about the intercultural dating. Which intercultural dating female, right? Do you feel that's most compatible with ADO's black men,
I
or like
mean,
from your point of view?
I mean, when you say, I mean, it depends.
Like, do you say Haitian, Jamaican? Like, who would you think?
Like when you look at Caribbeans, Afro Latinas, Africans, you know, it like as far as intercultural, it really just depends on what you want. I mean, if like I would say, if you're trying to say, I'd probably say Latin America would be the most cost effective. You know, because Africa, it takes a lot to get over there.
No, well, I'm talking about that lives here. You know what I'm saying?
Lives in the United States.
Yeah, the ones that live here in the United States. Who do you think that? You know, some of them have a funny thing about talking to Black Americans. Which one do you?
That's true for all of them, though. That's true for all of them. Like when I say all of them, like there's no one group. Like there's certain groups that are worse than others. But
I find Haitians are not that bad personally. But then again, I'm here in Florida.
Yeah,
but they're
exactly.
They're not
also
on it that
considered
much.
bottom class. So anything is I'm not trying to talk shit about Haitians, but Haitians are considered the niggas in Florida. So talking to anybody, African Americans are like a come up. So they're not gonna have that same mentality in Florida. So it just depends. I mean, I say it depends on who you are and what you're trying to do. But those videos always do good. You know, do this person talk to Black people? That's how MT got his shit. Do these people talk to Black men? And these people, like the truth is, a lot of these groups, if you demonstrate that you're a producer in any kind of serious way, you get out around that. Now, maybe I don't get fucked up with because of my skin tone, so people make certain assumptions about me. But the truth is,
you got the hazel eyes.
It doesn't take a lot to buy your way out of that. Like if you are about some stuff, they already take you out of the stereotype.
Yeah. But then you got the light eyes, man. You know, that's a big boost in the Black community.
Well, you know, that's, you know, well, not over the you light skin, so you feminine. You know, so it depends on what type of bitch you talking about. But
man, those girls that say that they just saying that because they like you. That's like, I'm also technically short. I'm 5'7", right? Yeah. And every time a girl say, "Oh, you're short," I'm like, I already know she likes me. You know what I'm saying? It's just you just got to get over that.
Yeah, I've learned. No, I'm talking about the light skin thing. I understand that. Now, whether I want to deal with them is enough because I understand it's a shit test.
Because all my homeboys that are light skinned like you, especially if they're handsome on the handsome, they always get that. And next thing I know, they smashing them. So like, I don't.
No, I know what you're talking about, but
and they always smash the dark skin. You should know, as a light skinned dude, you know them dark skinned girls go for you guys heavy. Let's keep it buck. I know they be in your DMs.
Xanato said, "Don't be lazy when interculturally date." Go to because and that's why I keep telling y'all about select, non-select. Select, non-select depends on what type of women you're dealing with, and dudes wanted to make that like a universal alpha, universal beta thing.
Nah, Like, cause you're technically short, right?
No,
You
I
like
am.
5'5"?
I'm 5'5". I am. Ain't
See,
no
because
technical
just
guy.
because you're light skinned and you have hazel eyes, that automatically puts you in select with a lot of dark skinned women, and even some women that are not dark skinned.
Well, at the end of the day, we all have our advantages and disadvantages. So,
Yeah.
it is what it. I always tell dudes that want to talk shit with you, this 6 foot, would you want to trade? Them niggas get quiet. And I be like, exactly. So let's stop the bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's stop it. But anyway, so I'm about to would you like to trade? He said what? I'm talking about, would you like to trade me being light skinned and eyes with you being 6'2"? That's what I'm in dark. That's what I meant for all the niggas that want to be stupid. Anyway, appreciate the super chat, appreciate the 3 subscribers. Definitely welcome. And like I said, roll to 5,000. Hopefully I get it by the end of the month. I'm on the road. But anyway, we gotta get out of people keep talking. I'm tired of celebrity content because here's the truth. The truth is we low key, and I'm not beating up on Marty. Shout out to Marty. We already talk about it. We just don't formally talk about it. We don't do a formal video, and firing up the stream and talking shit is much easier than doing uploads where I gotta edit it, and then because I don't even edit the audio, I do freestyle on my audio. That's why y'all hear a whole bunch of ums and likes. I could actually go through the audio and actually edit that shit. And edit that shit out. And y'all have heard a little bit of me doing it. So and I'm gonna tell you that Kendra video is still doing numbers. Hey, y'all press one if y'all want to see what Kendra look like without hair.
Yeah,
Wait, we're not tall hair.
I've been dying to find out. Let me see that.
It ain't bad, but she look like a different fucking person though, yo.
Yeah, I could look at her and tell. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I used to work at a call center, and it was mostly black. I seen so many things. I seen girls look butt ugly, look fine the next day. So when I see a girl heavily makeup, I'm very highly
My
suspect.
first thing was, who did this chick look like a different bitch, yo. I was like, who the fuck is this?
Bro.
She got some hair. It ain't bad, but she look like
Bro.
it ain't even bad. It's shockingly different.
She probably doesn't have no makeup on at the same time, does she?
No, she got a little bit. It ain't that bad.
Does she have lashes? Because them lashes, you'd be amazed how them lashes can
It
change a
ain't.
woman's face.
Well, shit. Look. You about to see it.
Oh, I've seen this one before. Yeah, she was not bad there. She should keep that.
But don't she look like she look like she will cuss you the fuck out, yo?
Oh yeah, of course. It's because his hair is short.
The thing is, she does look different. The sad part is she look a little bit younger, but you can tell she is not in her element. Look at this nigga sipping. This nigga is just
she thinks he's trying to get clout. No, he's trying to get with you. It's obvious he's trying to get with her. But she thinks he's trying to get clout. And he don't understand that.
She look every bit of 42 in that shit.
Yeah, that's why she don't have her hair like this, because she does look older in this haircut. She actually does look her age in this haircut.
The difference, it looks worse because a lot. How nigga do, man. She got them titties though, so I deal with that bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. But see, she been around celebrities. She want to be around a celebrity dude or a producer, like some type of mover and shaker in her
That's
field.
the problem, and it's like her looking like this. It's like you had to get a dude on the come up. You see her lane is you would have to get a dude on the come up, and then if he trades you in, you convert into like the executive chick where you just act cool and act right, and as long because dudes to do that and get over it. But
like she should mess with dudes that are business guys, like investment bankers and shit like that. She can
I mean, earlier on, like you talk about 92s.
Yeah, I think she can still pull some of them, especially the ones that already had their kids already.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing, like, and you taking somebody that she looks way better than Issa Rae now.
Yeah,
and Issa Rae got her an investment banker, but the problem is Issa Rae is also like young.
That celebrity.
How old is Issa Rae?
She's in the 50s, early 50s.
Issa Rae.
She's like 51 or 52.
No, Issa Rae is not 51 or 50. You talk about from Insecure?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Lisa Rae. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Yeah. Issa Rae is
Are you talking about from Insecure?
Yeah,
okay.
Issa Rae is only 1 year older than me.
Oh yeah. She's a millennial. I thought you said Lisa Rae. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but Issa, but so.
But that matches her. Like, let's keep it real. Issa's like regular. She's like a regular looking chick. That matches.
Nah, she's worse than regular. Yeah. She's what you call average at best.
That's what I mean by regular. She average at best. That's
No,
that's
not
kind
at average at best is average. Average at best is regular at best.
of.
That's what average at best
Oh
means.
my
Like,
god, my girlfriend, she loved that show, and she's like, "Don't she look so pretty?" I'm like, "She's not that pretty like that. Like, yeah, well, that makeup on make her look decent."
she built weird too.
Yeah, that too. She got the man that she needed to be with.
Anyway, y'all, I know niggas, this shit is slowly declining. Like, this nigga ain't saying shit. All right, man, you got any final words before I let you go? No, it ain't
Uh,
that. No, she don't look that bad. Like, but the thing about it is, she would definitely get a yes, ma'am, out of me. Like I'd be like, ma'am, and I bet she'd cuss. Who the fuck you calling ma'am? That I'd be like, yo, I'm from this is how I try to flip it. I'm like, look, man, I'm from the South. That's what I'd be. No, you not, nigga. I like, don't she just look like?
well, when Mr. Lego went on there the second time, she was about to cuss him out. The only reason why she held back because she was
Oh
on
yeah,
live.
she had her hair on, so she like
She's got that superpower. You notice?
Goliath, Delilah. She had her confidence back.
So you notice it too. You notice it too when
Oh well, that's
black women
with
take
a
the
lot
weave
of
off, the confidence go down.
yeah. They start to act right. Then they get a little bit more act right about them.
That's why they never want to take it off.
Just like they turn into Clark Kent, turn into Superman.
Right. I heard some dude tell me that because it comes from India, all those weaves, right? And somebody was trying to say they do spiritual practices on the hair. I believe it because it's as soon as they put it on, it's like the whole aura changes. I know I'm not the only one that notice that. It's like the whole aura changes.
See, the thing about when you look at Kendra though, because I see some of y'all putting shit. she belong on Fox. So yeah, you're right. The thing about Kendra with black men is what you saw was her neck up. Like really, I don't know if that her chest is real or not, but her neck down. But like I said, Kendra probably don't look all that in person, but her neck down based on what comes across on camera, Nick, that's what niggas like. Yeah, man, I hit, man, shit, I take that.
I ain't gonna lie. I look at her. She look like the type when you wake up. She got the braids. The braids is underneath the weave type look.
I'll fuck her with a baby right next to her.
Look, I think her lip be kind of chapped in the morning. That's how I feel about it. You wake up with her lips kind of chapped. It's a whole new chick when you see her.
Y'all saying weave is enchanted, nigga. that is an interesting thought though. Like weave enchanted weave. Yo, what if I do Samson? Yeah, what if I do a stream call it Enchanted Weave Tales?
Bro,
yo,
I believe
enchanted weave theory.
Go watch.
We might have figured out this black female.
Go watch Good Hair when they go to India. All those dudes they're Hindus. That's why they cut their hair off like that. They pray to different spirits.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on Fresh and Fit and say, yo, man, we're gonna talk about this enchanted weave theory. Barbara's like, oh, they get like, yeah, we about to blow this motherfucker. I'm about to nuke this bitch. Like enchanted, DJ Act be laughing about the shit. Like, shit, yeah, for real, yo, enchanted weave theory, yeah.
You talk about DJ Academics?
They said, Thinking Man's, yeah, shout out to Thinking Man's Templar. He's a real one, man. That motherfucker cool. For real shit this shit. He wasn't playing. That nigga do a video like once every 6 months just to let you know he's still alive. Yes, but I think Kendra G needs to put herself together in order to even look. Peace is a lie. 88.
She need to hurry up and lock somebody down because
no, it's nigga. Once you get like, man, Jason Black had it right. Once you get to 40, you damn near fuck. And Jason don't fucking Kevin don't even say that.
He low key said that to Kendra. Low key, you remember that interview they had?
Freezing eggs. Like I said, freezing eggs is equivalent to getting a sex doll. You heard it first.
Yeah, she just makes a good side chick, to be honest.
I'm sure Tommy does. Yo, I'm telling you right now. Yo, like if Tommy get on that motherfucker, them niggas.
Oh, dude, the black woman hatred is gonna come out even stronger because they hate Tommy. He's the number one.
Oh yeah, Tommy gonna be like, I'm back, bitches. Tommy bro take that opportunity to say, fuck everybody, fuck the Black Manosphere, fuck Jason Black, fuck Tommy got the battery in his back, and then y'all niggas like, yeah, Tommy back. any of you niggas tell me Tommy back, you getting blocked automatically.
I
Unless y'all come from a
haven't seen his
Coliseum
videos in a long.
days, y'all getting blocked. Like I'm telling you, I ain't even letting y'all pull that hoes of winning bullshit. Yeah, man, you know Tommy's back. Tommy king of the sphere again. He slayed.
Oh,
I ain't heard y'all niggas bitch about Jessica X in a while.
I haven't seen her do any videos. She's just been chilling, I guess.
Niggas, you know, I don't know when she does, because some nigga be like, y'all let that bitch in this space. Oh my God, y'all let it. Why?
They just want to see what she looked like. That's
They
it. I
like, you
think.
niggas know I can't handle no
Listen,
light skinned bitch with an accent. Oh my God.
well, I bet if she put a video on the same dude's bitching, it would be real quiet, and they'd be subscribing. if
Yeah, the
if
last
she went
video
on
she
camera.
did was Fresh and Fit have 7 days. Now, yeah, oh my God. Like, how can you do this to me? She was live on Chez's thing like a while ago.
Hmm. Yo, do you know about this one divested chick? She's been going all over the place. She calls herself conservative black girl or something like that.
I don't give a fuck about these bitches. My thing is go win with the white man. That's I take my hat off to you. We'll pour some liquor while you leaving. Shit.
I don't even know why they be coming over here.
Like they won't talk to me because I'm gonna tell you right now. Like I'm like, so why haven't you? Because they
This
expect me to fight for them stuff. We need to stay with the communities or community be together. I'm like, look, if I want to keep it black, I got a whole bunch of black women I
you,
can pull
you
from.
know what's so funny about that? I do have some homeboys that are not black, but they like black women, and I showed them some of that stuff with the divest. They get turned off, so they think they doing something. A lot of white dudes and
I mean,
Spanish dudes, they
black
get
women
kind of
have
turned
they
off.
actually dealt with.
No,
Yeah, I
my
like
homeboy, he
I
been
like black women from afar.
no, his baby mother's black. He been dating them since high school. You know what I mean? Now he's starting to just go on Spanish now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, his baby mother is
Well, what
black.
is your homeboy?
He's Spanish, but he's like Puerto Rican, but he's really light. You know what I mean? Like he
Oh,
look kind of like Keanu Reeves.
so he on some fucking Angel Ramirez bullshit. That's what
No, no,
that.
no, no. He ain't got no black in him, but he just was attracted to them. Like I mean, technically, you do because you know all these Spanish people got some black in them somewhere. You know, his great grandmother was black at the
So my
closest.
question is, why is he going Spanish? Because one, look, I get it. I mean, part
Well,
of
because he can win there. Even I told him that he can win there. He has that look that Spanish girls like. He has that Enrique, you know what I'm saying? You know that Rico
so
Suave
basically
type look.
he can win with his own. So it took him that. Okay.
Yeah, like, but he was always physically attracted to black women. It's just a personality. He tried to fight through it, but you know how that personality is. You can only do so much. And then once he started dating Spanish girls, because he never really dated them before, like they give you a lot of praise. They be cooking. You know, he don't do
Well, I mean that
fighting.
nigga. But think of what you saying. Like he is Spanish, so he ain't got no bitch in his family. Like what would that doesn't mean
I,
anyway.
I think I think it's his mom. I ain't gonna lie, his mom is annoying. I think that's probably why he was not turned on to. She's just always annoying. I don't know because he could always win there. I don't know why he never did it when he was younger.
Well, now he just explained to you why black men do what they do, disease do what they do. Why yo date out your mama black? Exactly.
So yeah, sometimes that happens with the Spanish dudes. They mom's like real annoying. Sometimes that happens. The Spanish woman can be annoying. You know, I've always been around Spanish people all my life, so I know how to get down.
And
Some of
then
them be
niggas
kind of
King
annoying.
talking about Jessica X is a grifter. I mean, how can you grift when people giving you money? That ain't grifting. Jessica don't ask y'all for no fucking money. Y'all just
Mm.
give it to y'all pay the light skin bitch tax. Y'all niggas are happy to pay it. Yeah, the lights. I'm sorry. That's why I'm gonna start calling it the light skin bitch because it's some shit only you niggas pay. Light skin niggas don't pay the light skin bitch tax. You don't give a fuck. Like it's just a lot. MOT is not MOT. MT is the same way. Xanatos is the same way.
I
Man,
know,
she a
and I
yellow bone. You mean the light skin bitch? Yeah, man.
listen. I know you telling the truth because every time I hear a light skinned girl, oh, I like dark skinned guy. I know exactly why
They
they
like
saying
dark.
that.
They the part of it. I'm not gonna say there's nothing to their view on the masculinity thing. That
Yeah,
they do believe that, but part of that is they is
they
what you
get the
said.
most. They
Yep.
get the most out. That's why I say all these girls.
Light
They're all
skinned
like,
dudes don't give a fuck. It was like you just I remember there was a man chick. These niggas.
That's why.
Some of my friends legit thought I was gay for doing this. I know he like, what the fuck you about to say? There was a chick, and this is one of the most attractivest females in school. She came. I was playing football the first year. This is the only year I played football. And keep in mind, I was shorter then than I am now, right? And she came, and this is somebody I knew for a while, and like ever since I came down here. And it was kind of one. It was like one of those things, like a season, like it was like it was like a it was kind of like a TV show where like people thought that eventually I would shoot my shot, and I just never did because she was already dating somebody, and I wasn't about to do all that bullshit. And so it never. But it was like when he see this will he won't he for like 7 seasons. So this is probably season 5. And then I get down in high school. We on football. This is like doing county fairs and shit. And she was doing the cheerleading thing. And she made it. And long story short, she came down there to see me. And niggas are looking, and then there are a lot of niggas. I'm talking. This is the typical this is like I'll show you a picture. You dig it a lot. And I basically sent her ass. I sent her. She looks better than Sweetie.
Okay.
She looks better than Sweetie. Especially naturally, but she looks better than Sweetie now. Like as far as like then. But anyway, long story short, them niggas was so mad because I sent her ass upstairs. She came there just to see me. I basically sent her ass back. I ended up talking to her later, but looking back, it wasn't the greatest look. I kind of felt bad about doing it. But
why'd you do it?
The way I sent her, no, because number one, the coach was an asshole.
Oh, gotcha.
And he talked about you gonna run up that fucking hill forever if you do any little thing. And I wasn't one of these niggas that was gonna get away from that, get away with doing something. So that's one. And two, I was kind of like, these niggas were really trying to tackle the shit out of me because I'm one of these niggas the way they like nigga, they gonna get a highlight reel out of. So I just didn't want to be distracted.
Right.
But long story short, she had to walk back up that thing, and it looked like I like legit rejected her ass. And she's a nice female. She's married to a black dude, military dude now. Like, her mom liked me a lot. She's on the team. But and then she looked mixed. She's 3/4 black, but she looked mixed. And that's but yeah, them niggas like, nigga, you gotta be gay, nigga. Ain't no way. Like, man, you just sent that up there, nigga? And it's like, nigga, I would have said, fuck this team for that. I'm like, and it's like, you act like I can't talk to her after the fact, which I did, because we were actually really good friends. Right. It was one of those things where, and this is one of the situations niggas would say that goofy shit about y'all argue like brother and sister. Like, niggas always would try to say that shit. But it's because them niggas would kiss our ass and I wouldn't, because I was like, she a light. In fact, I called her light bright.
Exactly, because you're not that struck.
And she was lighter than me. I mean, it's like, but she got really dark. She looked the best when she got darker. She got really dark during the summer. But yeah, like the light skin. I wouldn't call her light skin bitch. I call her light bright, but that was my stand in for light skin bitch because I was cool with her. But yeah.
But truth be told, those light skinned chicks like that, they like them dark and ugly, because a dark, ugly dude is going to do the most for that type of chick.
It ain't even about that. See, I'm not.
Well, at least down here in Florida, they do.
But you said dark, ugly. Now I get what you're saying. You talk about like that yuck mouth, gold teeth,
that Kodak black looking.
But I want to be clear here. I'm not associating dark with ugly. I just want to make that me.
There are dark skinned guys. Listen, I put more caveat. Kodak black, okay.
Kodak black, fuck it.
Yeah, somebody that look kind of like that.
Kodak black saying he gonna fuck his mom. Talk about ass grabbing his mom.
Well, any dude that looks like that will do the most for a light skin chick.
Well, you don't even gotta. But here's I get what you're not wrong. But here's the thing: you could be even Fantastic used to talk about that. You ain't gotta be dark and ugly to do the most. I know plenty of niggas that and I ain't saying all light skinned dudes don't give a fuck, but it's just I don't know what it is, but whatever. But you ain't gotta be. You could be a dude to get bad bitches. I mean, that's how it is. It ain't necessarily dark and ugly. That's why I see. You know what it is. You know how you niggas are with these fucking yellow bones and red bones. And if you want to,
but the women do it too. The dark skinned women do it too.
If you don't like what I'm talking about, ask Fantastic, because he say the same shit.
Yeah.
Shout
But
out to Dar Dar, and shout out to Dar Dar in the Cash App as well as the super chat. And
yeah.
then shout out to Vince. Vince agrees with you. On facts on South Florida mess. South Florida is a mess, man. Please.
Sure is. It sure is. Especially where I know you love Dorsey, you love her. I know she's from Florida. I forgot where she is in Florida, but I know her area. I know it's bad over there too. Like the way she talked, I was like, she must be from Florida. When I found out, I was like, yeah,
Oh,
they
so that's
all
that's
that's
so
a Florida thing. The way she
so
talks,
that's
that's how
what
all they talk in Florida, just like
so
that.
so that's what that's what Ack is doing. Ack doing a video talking about Kevin Samuels hit the ceiling. He'll never hit mainstream.
Yeah,
I
I saw
mean,
that video.
well,
He,
I'm about to, of course Ack gonna do that because Ack is I mean, Fresh and Fit is his boys. Of course, that's what he's going to do. I mean, that shit is so fucking obvious. And the truth is, Kevin Samuels don't need to hit. Kevin Samuels don't need to hit mainstream to make mainstream money. I mean, the
he
lead
don't.
attorney said he makes 25. The lead attorney makes $25,000. That means he makes $300,000 in a calendar year on this shit. Like
Right.
that's about what them motherfuckers make talking on the and just pundits and shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
and
the
lead
mainstream
attorney
is
got a
dead,
lot of play to go. So the thing about it is, Kevin makes please, he needs
bro. The mainstream is dead.
all
Act
that
already
is hot, man. And by the way, Ack didn't get to where Kevin is, and Kevin did it in a medium that's much harder.
exactly. The
Like
mainstream been dead. Most of those dudes you see in the mainstream, they're broke.
my thing about Ack is wasn't nobody even giving a fuck about Ack until Ack leased on the
Complex.
fresh and no Ack that too, but Ack leased on the fresh and fit to stay hot.
You
That's
sure
the truth.
did.
I mean, and I'm not saying like for the immediate future, but like long term, as long as that shit don't get fucked up.
That's why he hasn't talked shit about him. And I heard his own chat people say, you need to disassociate with him. He's like, nah,
No,
man, I can't do
Ag
that.
gonna try to
He
take
ain't
that.
gonna do that.
No, Ag gonna try to take that shit over.
Yep.
Ag is gonna do pull a Game of Thrones. I feel it. Ag gonna try to push I believe for Ag gonna try to
It's
push
not gonna
Fresh out.
work because you think you're gonna try to push Fresh out?
No,
No, I
he
don't.
gonna push Myron out. He gonna push Fresh out. Something gonna happen.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
like we'll wait.
Myron's too smart for that, but
No, well, yeah, Myron is. I mean, it's like Pinky. I'm not saying Fresh don't do shit because Fresh does, but I'm just saying it's like Pinky the Brain over there. And Pinky,
Myron won't do that because Myron like henchmen. Understand? Fresh does everything
yeah, and
Myron tells him.
yup, that's true. That's a good point. And Ack ain't doing that shit.
Nah, yeah, he's gonna fight back with him. You know what I'm saying? Fresh is gonna sit in his lane. You know
And
what I'm
then
saying?
Myron is smart. Myron realized Ack is like him, and you don't want nobody like you. And I'm talking about on the bad too.
That's why he got rid of Hyundai or whatever the heck his name is, because that guy talks a lot. Remember the guy that busted through their door?
Oh yeah.
If you ever watch him, he talks a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you look at everybody else that's outside of Myron, they're all yes men to Myron. If you look at them.
I mean, Allende is a type of dude that, like, on his own. I mean, he can do something on his own, but if he get with the right person, he could rail gun because he brings certain things to the table that a lot of people don't bring. Like, a lot of niggas ain't legit getting girls like he is.
Yeah.
If he gets another part to that, like that shit will work like gangbusters.
Yeah, it will work. He can get the girls, but the problem he talks too much. You don't let other people talk. That's the problem.
Yeah. So but anyway, who and I say I'm just coming up. So anyway, y'all, I'm about to end this. Shout out to all y'all. Appreciate it for y'all subscribing. You got the 3 subscribers. That's great. You said I don't disagree with you, Myron's a juice bag. You said you got to subscribe in the anti-manosphere people. Who's the anti-manosphere person I had you subscribe to? JC, who's the anti-manosphere people I had subscribed to? Nigga, when I tell y'all to go somewhere, I already know y'all could just unsubscribe if y'all don't like what's being said. Sometimes I tell y'all to go over there to see what they about, so I don't got to see it. But I'm curious. I've spoke to Ack in Discord before. He said Fresh and Fit ain't going to get the mainstream either because of how harsh they are on women, not just hate. Ack Discord got Kevin Samuels emotes. I mean, the thing about it is, like, here's the thing. Here's the truth. The truth is niggas don't need to get the mainstream. Like, and I'm waiting, JC, because I'm curious who you talk about. You can put it in Discord, but I prefer you put it. If you don't want to put it here, put it in Discord. But the thing about it is, if you get to like 2 million and shit, you don't need to get the mainstream, dude.
You don't.
Like you don't need to see what they talk about with mainstream. They talking about you get that corporate money. fuck that corporate money.
You don't need it.
Yeah, you to fuck that corporate money because that's slavery.
Yeah.
That's slavery.
And that
Oh,
was
you said, oh, I was serious because I wanted to know. I want to talk. This wasn't nothing while putting you on the spot, but I was like, I wanted to know. So, because you notice I don't share women like that no more. And that's not because, I gave a fuck about what y'all was talking about, but it ain't no point. Like, I want to focus that. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought, okay, fine. Yeah, mention in Discord. But yeah, because I don't be thinking these people. Sometimes I subscribe to somebody and I be like, what the fuck? But anyway, oh man, I got to give Chief Rocka.
Shout out to him.
I will give $100 million to whoever gets me out of here. $100 million!
You there, Ed?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah, much appreciated, Chief Rocker, with the $50 super sticker, man. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. I want to get to 5,000 because then I'm gonna be a lot more confident doing more interviews. And so, shout out to Jesse. Yeah, man, Jesse, you be getting on this shit late, but niggas be like, I don't share it in the Discord. Man, I definitely appreciate that, man. And now y'all see I'm actually spending y'all money on some good shit and not tricking. So it's gonna give y'all a much more quality thing. And wait till I get my flow going. Like when I get my flow really going on these uploads, like how I have it on the how I have it on the on the live streams, it's gonna be game over in that motherfucker. Shit. So Fresh to Act likes Fresh too much. He sees him as a Caribbean. I could see that, Stevie No Wonder. I definitely could see that. That's a factor. But Act is also an asshole. And that Caribbean shit ain't stopped him from fucking with other Caribbeans too. That's another thing. But I will see.
Yeah, they do have that Caribbean thing. Because I saw Ack on his show and he was talking about how he has this Caribbean thing going on. Like he was talking about. So when Tariq talk about that stuff, he's right because I've seen
he is right. He is right. And black people and black men don't have an eye for that. And I'm not sitting there trying to go against somebody because people can serve their role as they serve their role. But my thing is these dudes be paying attention to that. Y'all, these dudes are playing a game that they're not playing. Oh, well, I ain't never told y'all. I ain't tell y'all subscribe to Jason Black. I told y'all that I told y'all a video he has. I'm not subscribed to Jason Black's channels no more, but I don't need to be subscribed to him in order to go to see what he's doing. I mean, Jason Black does get a good information. I'm not going to take that away from him. If there's something that I got over there, I'm going to reference it because that's just the right thing to do.
Yeah. And listen, like, I'm more sensitive to that too because I live here in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes these people think I'm Haitian and they talk a little too slick out their mouth.
Oh yeah, people think I'm Dominican. Yeah, and they don't do that, but I can tell you they speak that fast Spanish to me.
And you know you're dealing with one of them because all their friends are Caribbean. That's how you know you're dealing with one.
I was red pill before high school. Yeah, and this is the game, and like that little two-faced bullshit, that little smile, like kind of like the smile you got in the thing, like they smile, like I peep that shit. But at the end of the day, I don't necessarily let them know I know that because if they're useful, they're useful. Because I don't need to let them know how I move. It's kind of like when you know somebody's a double agent, so you feed them false information, you know, so they can feed. Yeah, see, that's how I move. So, and plus, I'm not really here to say, oh man, 809, 80. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm here to get something done, like as far as in the life or whatever I'm doing. And that don't matter because I ain't fucking with y'all anyway. Because they expect you to let your guard down so they can use you.
Exactly. Perfect example is the Grapevine. How come everybody on there is not ADOS and they're in DC? How you be in DC and not have no ADOS person in your thing? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, but they talking about ADOS black men because they ain't never talk about Nigerian men.
They know better to get that sand upside the head. They know. The Nigerian dudes don't be playing with them.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, man, this is why when people want to talk this come to the table shit, I'm like, okay, you can talk that bullshit, but at the end of the day, I know what it really is.
I just saw that comment. He said Ed was red pill since high school.
No, I was red pill before high school. Truth be told, like, I mean, honestly, a lot of this shit ain't new to me. But anyway, because I don't want to keep this thing another hour, and I told Jesse I'm about to end it. So anyway, we gave you a good 2 hours. Ooh, appreciate it, Bill Seeker. Much appreciated with the $20 super chat. I'm gonna give another 100 million for all of y'all since he put it over the top with that.
I will give $100 million to whoever gets me out of here. $100 million!
I'm gonna tell you, you want to know somebody that didn't give a fuck. I remember in that movie, he told him, "I'm running the business now," and dude started laughing at him. He cut his throat. Didn't even look. He said, "The Marines red pilled me, the military wild dog serviceman. I've been pumping and dumping ever since." Absolutely. And the thing about, dude, I'm gonna end it with this. Do not do anything out of anger when it comes to this bullshit. They're not worth it. It's business. What did they say in the Pirates of the Caribbean? It's just good business. Peace is a lie. Pumping and dumping is just good business. Oh man, you creating the bitches you complain about. That's a goddamn lie. These hoes have been getting ran through since they were fucking, a lot of them for 14, 15. And I wasn't running through them back then. I'm not no older dude fucking them, but somebody was.
Yeah.
You got dudes, you got women getting their stepfathers killed.
Oh yeah, I saw that
Over.
video.
Yep, that's happened a couple of times.
Yeah, that was white people too. I saw that.
So, and let me tell you something. I was around, like, even women that they got pregnant by a dude, they still relatively with them niggas. You know,
Mhm.
like I have a fairly conservative background on shit like that. Like seriously, but he said, bro is not lying about them fours. I was born and raised in the 305. Yeah. And they think, and they like, hey, my friend, and I'll play that game with you, but I play it with you. I'm not one of these dudes, yeah, man, we're all together, da 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 da. Because that's what niggas say this politically. I know that that's what y'all be on in real life. And they can
Yeah.
tell, and I hate, and people will look at me and treat me slightly different because they think I'm not on that because I don't look like that. And that's not so much, that's not just the skin tone, that's also the height.
Yeah.
Too. So people be thinking I got a chip on my shoulder. So I'll be like, fuck them niggas. But no, and I won't always, and it ain't just white people that do that. In fact, it mostly ain't white people that do that. But them, yeah, man, these motherfuckers, y'all, whatever. But anyway, that's why I get what Tariq is saying. But Tariq uses that that non-ADO shit in order to not talk shit about black women. And so I peeped that too. He
Oh
hustles.
yeah. Because every time there's but he is. I see what you're saying. Because every time there's a black woman off code, he says that. But let's keep it real. Most of the black women that's off code, if you pay attention, they be from the Caribbean or Africa. Look at the domestics.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't be. And he
Yeah,
be, I trust me, he ain't always lying, but he be lying.
a little bit. Yeah, I peeped
Yeah,
that. I know what you're talking about. I peeped
it's
that.
just he don't do it enough to, like, if you really care. But that's how he keep, see, all that is a game. So that way he keep that black female money. He ain't
Yep.
slick.
Yeah. Yeah, he's stuck in the black female network too.
That nigga, yeah, and as much as black women fucked with him too, he ain't slick. So
Mhm.
I don't want to hear that bullshit. But anyway, I'm about to end this. So with that being said, y'all, this is another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. I'm your host, Edward Anderson. Be looking out for some polls, because I'm gonna be putting out some various polls out there. Some of it's gonna be to have some fun. Some of it's gonna be I ain't saying all Caribbeans are bad. They're not. I got a lot of Caribbean friends, actually. But with that being said, yeah, be looking out for anything I'm fucking doing. The Discord, I'll be putting out there on the thing as well. And with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.
All right, peace.